Hey, everybody. Welcome to Altered Judgement. Well, the PGA Championship was just here in the Philadelphia area, and everybody showed out in force with a bunch of "Go Birds" chant every time somebody was trying to get a chip in. Left a hole right in the fairway. We call that the Delco divot. Stick around.
I like that one a lot.
Disclaimer, what you're about to hear may or may not have been influenced by fear. Just friends being friends, talking shit all night. But hold on tight, cause you're in for the ride on Altered Judgement. Altered Judgement. Talking about fast food, hockey, colonoscopy, sipping culture, aliens in the 90s. On Altered Judgement.
Guys, we are back in the studio with a very special guest. We know him as Doug. You guys may know him as Chase U, but we have Doug here in the studio. We're going to talk about some things, and I'm just going to throw it over to Doug. Just give us a little intro. Tell us about yourself.
Guys, thank you first and foremost for being on the podcast. Fun fact, actually went to college with the lead singer and I think his wife, fiance from the Delco.
Are you talking about Jim?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
didn't,
wow.
didn't really know him all that
That's
well, but as soon
wild.
as you started playing, I know the Philly captain. Here we
He
are.
knows everyone.
He uses his song a lot, but cutting back to it, yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
Chase you on all socials. I do a little bit of food, a little bit of sports, a little bit of Philly, a little bit of a fake Delco accent cause, but I'm honored to be being here with you guys today. This is fun. Seeing what you guys are doing has been awesome.
I feel like I almost have to do the Wayne's World "We're Not Worthy" thing.
We're
like this.
not
We're not worthy.
I'm not worthy.
Well, we appreciate that.
Oh, bearded bros in here just
That's,
talking shop.
that's a
There
minimum
you go.
qualifier to get through the door is to have a beard in one way or another. That's we're there. We're rocking them.
Facial hair to play.
But I mean, I want to touch on some things. Obviously, you're into the same things we kind of push, like local Philly. I mean, you dabble in a lot of stuff. That's kind of one of the reasons why I was very excited to bring you on, because you're not just food. You're not just you're all over the place, and that's kind of what we do here. What was the origin? Like, what started? I know you were originally doing fitness stuff, and then you kind of segued through. So let's start there and see where we go.
Yeah, that's kind of where the name came from. So many years, many pounds ago, I was a personal trainer in Northeast Philly at the old Giant Fitness on Academy Road. It was great. And wanted to do a little bit of social media. And my thought of social media at that time was like, I'm just going to flex in front of the mirror.
That was social media.
It
MySpace
was.
era, dude.
I was like, oh, look at me. And like, I wasn't big enough or ripped enough to warrant doing that. There was no value add to it. It was just like, here's a picture. Where's the workout? Doesn't matter. Here's the picture. So anywho, I had the fitness social media was basically chase the best version of you. It's a
moniker
a
for
pun.
it,
Yeah. My last name starts with you. So it was chase the best version of you. Before COVID happened, I tore my labrum, so I had to get that
There goes
repaired.
the
So I
fitness
was
piece.
out of the
Yeah,
gym,
man.
and then COVID happened. So then, fitness became just a non-player in my life. Then I was like, I need to do something. Ended up doing coffee reviews
Okay.
in our apartment in Hatboro, and we were walking down the aisle of Aldi one time, and I saw this maple bacon coffee.
Okay.
In like the Aldi Fine section, which is an amazing section of just
There is some good
odds and
stuff.
ends.
I
There
go.
really is. I love Aldi. And I did a food review or a coffee review of it. It was like 9 minutes long. It was way too long. I sat on YouTube, but it was just one of those things that was fun.
You got to
And
start doing it.
It
Yeah.
was like, 44 people watched it. 43 of them were family and friends. And it was just like, it was something fun to do. So we started doing coffee reviews. Coffee reviews turned into TikTok K-Cup coffee reviews. That turned into like some lovely connections. And then we started doing food because I said that D'Alessandro's isn't that good in response to a TikTok
There you
video of
go.
somebody being like, yo, that's the best, or I should say, yo, it was a female, Lower Marion foodie. She's Lizzie. She's a sweetheart. Basically made like a top 5 Philly cheesesteaks thing. And she was like, oh, D'Alessandro's, is that your number one? Chef's kiss. And I just stitched it and I simply went, it's not that good. And it was like my first moment of, oh my goodness, people are watching me. So it was cool. It was cool. So it ultimately got us here.
And the rest is history.
It's crazy how, so many stories, like in ways people went different directions. I feel like, it's all COVID time, like that timeline.
COVID passion projects.
It made, exactly. It gave people time to do things that they wouldn't necessarily be doing. And then a lot of people find success in it too. And, I mean, getting to the food component's great, but again, also hitting all the different sports things. I was watching, some of your posts before this and the at the PGA Championship. Man. that looked like a blast.
It was hot. I wish. I'm talking to fellow big guys there. We are not built for that weather.
No. You sweat a lot.
It was a lot of sweat, and at some point, I had no more sweat to sweat in certain areas, and it was a lot. But social media opened that up for me. Like one day, I think I started doing the Delco accent. My wife is from Delco. I married into it. I love Delco.
Embrace it.
I do. And I grew up in Northeast Philly. Delco and Northeast Philly are cousins. It's the same family. And I just started doing basically the Northeast Philly accent online, but Delco Dad just has alliteration that works a lot better.
Better branding.
So I talked to Gosling's Rum, who was the company that had invited us out, which was great.
They've been around a while, haven't they?
They have. Yeah. I was a little bit unfamiliar. And then when I looked them up, I was like, oh, I know the seal.
I was going to say, I recognize the logo.
I remembered them from my state store days.
Nice. No, the branding is what brought me. I was like, oh, yes, I know exactly who they are. First, I was like, oh, Ryan Gosling has a rum. And he
does have something.
That guy's doing everything except covering well as a cornerback, total liability.
You gotta put Petey in. You gotta put Petey in.
Petey, dude,
I can't cover him, Coach. I can't cover. Anyway, honestly, one of my favorite movies.
Dude, that's
great movie.
It's a great movie. But I had basically said to the two social, or I should say the two corporate employees that were there, Rainier and Laura, both so sweet. I was like, I got this Delco Dad idea that'll subtly be able to put the branding in there, because the PGA Championship was in Delco. It just the
just
joke is
sense.
there. Who calls it's in Delco? You don't think I'm pulling up? Of course I'm pulling up. So it worked out really, really well. But that video's got 80,000 views.
Dude, sometimes you gotta the timing and then just relevance, that stuff lines
100%, man. Good timing and the content that makes sense. It's a match made in heaven.
And Philly showed up. I think weren't there the video of people yelling at Scotty Scheffler
Go Birds,
go Birds,
yeah, go Birds. But no, I think that stuff when you're able to tie the community in together, whether it is food, whether it is the PGA Championship, people resonate with that because they're like, oh, that's me, dude. I love that. Or some people are like, yeah, we're nothing like that. And it's like,
but you get both sides. You get that attention. I'd say the one I was personally, I don't say jealous of, but the envious of was not only for you to go and cake a Penguins fan with Gritty, but to be in that environment during a playoff run, that had to be. For me, that'd be upper echelon. That's like a bucket list thing. That had to be. What was that like?
That was one of the coolest things because
nuts.
So Lauren Garanda, who is an absolute rock star at what she does, female in sports, she's fierce. She's good. Has done such good work for Xfinity Mobile Arena and when the Wings before they were going down. Really revamping that, and also the excitement that you have for the Wings until recent news.
Unfortunately, they were so fun to go to those games.
It was just such great energy, but also for the Flyers. So she had asked me, she's like, "Hey, we have tickets to the last game. Would you and the family
say less?"
Come? I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, we're there." And it was in the suite, which is nice because we have a child.
Yeah.
So
suites with a child, that bathroom.
It's
yeah, right. Not having to wait. That's clutch.
So as I'm going down, I always ask, I'm like, what do you need from me? What do you want to see?
Oh, so you didn't even know that was that just
had no idea.
Crazy.
So she's like, we don't need anything. Obviously, if you want to post something, by all means. Following day comes, my wife and I are driving down 95. I get a call from Lauren, and Lauren's like, hey, do you want to be involved in the first period, first timeout skit? She fills me in on what it is. She's like, you're going to be beating up a Penguins fan. I was like,
say no more.
100%. So they warned me. They're like, Gritty does not miss with the cake. So here's the speed, here's the cadence in which you're going to need to do this. He threw that cake like a Zach Wheeler 97 mile per hour fastball. That thing came in. That dude went down.
Okay, so that
got and you see me in the very first frame of that hit. I go,
he's like, are you okay?
Oh no,
yeah, he leaned into it,
and then I knew there were two more cakes coming. I was like, there's no way he's gonna get up, and he got up, and then I was like, I need to grab a piece of the cake off the floor, eat it, and then throw it at the Penguins guy. And it was a good cake, but it was me and the Philly captain.
But
my shoes got ruined from that. I'm walking around Xfinity Mobile with cake all on my feet. And it was one of the best experiences that I've ever had. Like, I was able to do that. And the stills from that are amazing.
Dude, yeah, that it's Charlotte's favorite is Gritty. So we went to Warwick Farm, which they're an awesome local spot. There was a touch a truck event, and they had each mascot there for an hour. And like, it's tough enough even when you're in the arena to get to Gritty, but they did it so good. Like you just had time. It was a whole hour. He was just following you around, hanging out. Like she loved it. And dude, I know people hated on him when he first started, but he's upper echelon mascot.
He is.
There.
Him and the Gritty guards, like the whole thing that they're doing there.
He didn't have his guards at the touch a truck. He was running solo, so the kids were kind of getting him.
Well, even the squeaky hands, like like it's absolutely it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, Lauren did a. I mean, she's top shelf. She's awesome.
It's funny. So the company I work for, I got to see the job posting for Gritty. And the qualifications are wild. Like the minimum things you need to have to even apply for that, it's insane. Like
they wanted a master's degree and 15 years experience. That's a guy in a fuzzy orange costume.
Like some of it was like you had to have like 5-6 years. Like like there was the qualifier. I'm like, dude,
say probably choreography,
dance, like the physical requirements. Like Jesus, well, it makes sense. He's going crazy.
I saw the job description for the Gritty guards.
That's awesome.
Because that had popped up. It's like specialist. Or fan engagement specialist or something like that. And then I knew the one kid who had gotten it. And I texted him. I was like, dude, that's amazing. This is perfect for you. But it is kind of wild to see, like, how do you do that?
That's that's got to be fun too, though. It's got to be stressful and fun. But
yeah, I have met both swoops. So
both swoops?
Both swoops, too. I think there's probably 2 Gritties.
I think there's at least 2.
There's 2. Yeah. And then there's the Fanatic best friend that everybody knows. I haven't met him yet.
I feel like you need more than 2 swoops to cover that stadium, man. That's a lot of ground to cover.
True.
Gritty, I guess you can cycle around and hide him through the
trenches and that. Especially in a Segway.
He flies on that.
He really does. It's impressive.
I don't know how anyone sees. Like that peripheral is shot.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, you've had some wild experience. You've met a lot of local sports celebrities. I mean, some big names too. I mean, I just saw you with Ryan Howard on a clip. You did something with Saquon.
Yeah.
Like all these things opened up. No big deal. All these things just opened up from you started with coffee reviews and. Look at that.
I say this to a lot, like when we get asked to go out and speak or whether it's a podcast or something like that, but a lot of the college kids will ask us, like, how did this happen? And I say it all the time. First, give glory to God. Without him, I can't do this. I am truly blessed by the best. But hitting record, like that's the first step. If you don't do that, nothing happens. And people are like, oh, well, all these opportunities happen. It's like, yeah, you create them. And I think right now there's never been an easier time than ever before to be able to create these opportunities and to kind of be able to create these roads for yourself. So yeah, hitting record, doing the coffee reviews, doing the cheesesteak reviews, all of that stuff has showcased the personality on camera that people like. Now, granted, when it comes to the Eagles, like I have a family friend who works there, but
you still have to have the personality to match that energy.
And with that, like, he has a big job and he has accounts that he has to manage of these corporations that are huge sponsors spending lots of money. So like I have to get looked at by them before I even get approved by this. And what's cool is like we were able to do a meet and greet with Jalen Hurts.
Like that.
And I had to do a video for them. And he goes, no, we had to run past, we had to run your stuff past Jalen's team. I was like, wait, so like there's a potential that he actually approved me. He's like, yeah. I was like, that's so cool to me.
that alone.
The Little Caesars thing with Saquon Barkley, it's the same thing. Like, I got to get it approved by them. So, like, yes, having the connection to get the foot in the door.
But you still
you have to perform at a level that's going to be, you know, acceptable and I'd say even more than acceptable.
Yeah. So if he sees that and goes, no, this guy's not going to be good for the commercial. So we've done the Little Caesars commercial with Lane Johnson first. Yeah. Had one line, enjoy, which is great.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Were you just sitting there going over and over again, like, enjoy.
Dude,
enjoy.
I said it probably like 13 times.
I feel like there's more pressure on a single line delivery than a full, like you get a couple sentences to recover. One line.
Like, the guy who opened the door was a production assistant. It wasn't Lane Johnson. Like, granted, Lane was there. It was his house. I offered him a mint and we talked about squats. So that was cool. I think at that moment he was like, nah, this dude's a real one. He gets it. He's not an actor. He's a big dude. So that was fun. But Saquon was as nice as could be. He got there like after we had done our part. So basically they filmed the 3 of us with the camera. And then he got there because he's got so many engagements.
He's probably just.
I'm happy to hear that as a Penn State alum and a guy who always really appreciated Saquon. Yeah, that's good to know. He's a good dude.
He was awesome. One of the kids had gone up and it said, can I get a picture with you? And Saquon was like, yeah, absolutely. He had to go do a Good Morning America interview that same day, which was up in the link because it was something for Little Caesars and giving back to the community. He's on a tight schedule.
Yeah,
he turns to us and goes, you guys all want to get selfies? Like, you want to? And he took his time, answered questions, asked me where I was from, asked me like he was the adult in the room. Like I'm older than him, I think. Yeah. But it was just really, really cool to see that. Jalen Hurts was very, very quick because it's Jalen Hurts. But
dude, that guy's always been
also a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Ryan Howard is an incredibly nice guy. He was down to film whatever.
That felt to me like a Always Sunny episode when they get those guys involved. That whole clip, I was like, dude, this feels like an Always Sunny where they're just bumping in. I'm like, dude, it was so good.
Well, it was so funny because he caught on so quickly. So that video for who's listening, if you haven't seen it yet, is basically us, essentially me and Dan from Enterprise Sports Philly, or Enterprise Sports, and both, go follow, saying like, oh, we just lost all of our money, gambling. And then Ryan Howard walks by and we're like, we go quickly from, dude, I don't know how I'm going to explain this to my wife. Yeah, is that Ryan Howard, dude? Yeah, this is the best day of my life. And he completely understood the bit. And I go to him, I'm like, dude, you remember when you hit that home run? Ryan Howard hits a deep shot into the night. And he's like, nah, I think that was Stairs. I was like, no, dude, that was you.
Stairs did have his fair share of those.
Immediately, he understood, like, this is the bit.
Yeah.
So he was cool. He gave us the time to, like, reshoot anything. He wasn't in a rush. But I will say the nicest athlete that I have met is hands down Brandon Graham.
My mom will be happy to hear. My mom loves Brandon Graham. Like,
we do
by far her favorite Eagle. I know. Yeah.
His crooked tees, and they got soda now. Too.
They do. No, the crooked tees are
Pops,
cool too.
yeah.
Ben Wise, who's the guy who like started that brand, like he's got a really cool story. Sold buy tea for a lot of money to Dr. Pepper, and then was like, I want a clean alcoholic beverage, which is it's kind of cool. But BG is
the coolest.
He's so nice, and it's like genuine nice. Like he gives you the time of day to where same guy who has a family friend who works for the Eagles, shout out Mark, has said to me, he's like, he basically needs a personal assistant when he was on the Eagles because he will stop and talk to everybody. And I've seen, I watched it happen at Eagles training camp. They're grabbing him by the arm saying, BG, we got to go. And he's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. Like he's so cool.
He gives all that vibe, even like on TV, like even just during games, you can tell he's that type of guy. Even with like the guys on the team or the locker room, you can tell like that's awesome that he carries over.
He's the guy you want to hang with, and it's cool to hear. It's like, yeah, he wants to hang with you. So,
dude, every time that I see him, he's like, yo, what's up, baby? How you doing? And I'm like, man, you're a nice guy.
I mean, that's half the battle. So talking about the people you've met so far, is there a bucket list collab? If there was no barriers or anything, like one person you could sit there and say, like, I genuinely would love to do something with this person, and why would that be that go-to?
Man, that's a great question. I just feel so blessed to have the opportunity to do collabs with a lot of people. Like, I can't think of any athlete or like any movie person that I really would like to do.
You've hit some big ones.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like it just doesn't feel unattainable anymore. It feels like it's kind of right there. Like I don't know. Brandon Marsh would be a fun one to do.
I feel like he'd be fun.
Yeah, just because it would be fun. I have met Brandon Marsh before, and it's like the only time where I ever just shut down meeting a sports or an athlete. I was
Schwarber.
I was like, what's up? Yeah, Schwarber would be pretty cool.
Question: why are you so cool?
Dude, that's what it was like. Like it was when he was playing for Lehigh. I had known the pitching coach at Lehigh.
Oh, the Iron Pick stuff?
Yeah.
Those games are so fun.
They're so good.
Yeah,
and Coca-Cola Park is such a great guy. And they have such, like, they should teach lessons in hospitality, like Lehigh Valley.
Dude, for the kids,
they
too.
do such a great
Charlotte
job.
loved it. And she gets, like, loud noise and stuff. Like, Flyers games are a little aggressive for her.
It's intense.
But she was cheering. She was involved in everything. She was watching the baseball game as a 4-year-old. And they caught her attention because of the way they do it there.
They do.
And Bluey was there, too. But
Sure.
That helped a little. But,
They do such a good job with it. But, like, the pitching coach at one of the games, because we were going there because the tickets are so cheap to sit front
even the
row.
concessions, everything is within reason.
It's
and it's all
absolutely
good.
sure. Definitely.
Best way of putting it. Like, so the game's ended, and the coach is like, you're the food guy. It's like, what? He's like, yeah, you're the food guy. I could hear you through the game. Like, I heard I was like, wait. He's like, yeah, you're the guy with the, So I go down, we start talking. He's like, I send my wife your stuff all the time because he's from Jersey. And I think he's the pitching coach for the Lakewood Blue Claws.
Okay.
But he's like, I send your wife, my wife.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
I send my wife your stuff all the time because your accent reminds me of home. I was like, my accent. I was like, do you think I'm the godfather of meat? Because he talks like this and he sounds more Philly than I do, even though he's not from Philadelphia, but he spent a lot of time in South Philly. He's like, no, dude, you. I was like, all right, great. So we got to become friends. And when Marsh was not sent down, but he was doing his rehab, it was firework night. So we come out, all the players are there. Ryan had invited us out. Ryan's the pitching coach, had invited us out to the field to just have a better view of the fireworks. And Marshy's there. I was like, Marsh, can I get a picture, dude? Like me and my wife, my friends. He's like, yeah, dude, absolutely. So I go up to him. I'm like, oh, I got to let the big dogs eat, right? I give him a fist bump. That was it. That's all I said to him. And usually I'm like, oh, what's up, dude? Like, my name's Chase. I do social media. Like, glad to have you here. Just, you got to let the big dogs eat, huh?
It's like in, what was it, Paul Rudd and, oh, crap. What is the movie with him and Jason Segel?
I love you, man.
Yeah, he's just,
Later, Jobin.
why'd they say that?
That's what
I'm calling him on my iPhone.
it's like. What?
Why?
What is? I was like, what? And my wife and I still talk about it to this day. I'm like, that's the only time we've ever shut down. And Marshy is seemingly
he's
probably one of the
chill
easy,
dude.
like laid back people who'd be like, yo, what's up, dude?
You
Like,
left. You're like, I'll see you there. I'll see you on another time. Were you gonna be there? Yeah, I'll be there.
It's still a good one-liner. If you're going to hesitate, that's a good hesitation.
yeah. But like you said, Schwarber would probably be a good one.
He seems like a cool dude.
I did make a video the other day jokingly that we did a Hers commercial together on Instagram. It's just like we all got asked by Hers to make a video saying happy birthday, and he is a Hers athlete.
Hey,
And
shoot the shot.
so am I. But I was like, sure, but you remember that Tommy Phillip commercial? It was for the bit. It wasn't, he didn't hear me, maybe. But
never know.
It'd be cool to be like, yo, what's up, my Hers brother? Like, we're kind of we both big. I could hit homers too if you
I
gave
feel
me
you
a chance.
just crack dingers, dude. If that's your job.
Did we just drop the episode today where we opened up drinking the garage beers and we're like Shallow Kelsey brothers. I'm just like, where's that wedding invite? We're drinking a beer.
You never know. Hey, what happens happened.
Gotta shoot and shoot or shoot. Altered Judgement podcast. We're bringing it in live right now. Silvios Deli, Van Loose Beer, Steel Penny Coffee, and me, Chase Lieu. Let's kick this thing off, shall we?
See, you can't do that any better.
It's fucking natural.
George is like,
I'm about
hi.
to walk off right now.
That's what professionalism looks like there, folks. I mean,
We got a lot of stuff here from George and George himself from Silvios. Why don't you take us through the 4 things that we're going to take on a journey here?
All right, so what do you guys want to start off with? Hot
Ooh,
or cold?
I mean, I think we should end on hot. Start on cold?
yeah.
I think that's the
Start on
move, right?
Start with right in front of you.
Yeah, that makes life easier.
So this is the Rocky, homemade roast beef, cherry peppers, lettuce, tomato, onion, salt, pepper.
All things good.
Yeah, pepper jack cheese.
Let's show the camera. Let's get that into the camera.
And this is a chicken cutlet sandwich.
That chicken Caesar?
Chicken Caesar cutlet sandwich. That's probably one of our most popular sandwiches right now for spring going into summer.
That's a good hot weather sandwich.
Caesar dressing, Parmesan cheese, romaine lettuce, and fresh chicken cutlets. Can't go wrong with
Can
that.
confirm the cutlet slap, but I can't wait to get into that one. And now over to the hot table.
This is Doug already had the sandwich, but it's one of our most popular chicken cutlet sandwiches. It's the Big Dom, prosciutto, fresh mozzarella, roasted reds, balsamic glaze. Again,
Chef's kiss.
fresh chicken cutlets, and then traditional cheesesteak, garlic bread cheesesteak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A little sneaky in there.
Yeah, Cooper Sharp, obviously. But yeah,
On the seated, Silvios.
on the seated,
On the
we did. I
seated.
brought 2 seated. Yeah, the Rocky and the
Now,
garlic
You
bread
do have the
cheesesteak.
option.
I was going to say the seated Silvio. I know you guys, that wasn't a regular thing for Silvios before you guys took it over, right? You brought the seated to.
They were dabbling in it. It has grown a lot more since we took it over with the more variety of sandwiches we offer now.
Is it
but
still a limited run, or you guys
still
like,
limited run? Yeah. Whatever. We make a certain amount per day, and that's it. Because a lot of people, they lean toward the non-seated. They prefer the
classic.
non-seated. The classic.
This is my thought on Silvios. I think when you guys took it over, which has been so impressive to watch, like the revitalization. I know that it changed hands a couple times since original ownership, but since you guys have taken it over, it seems like leaning back towards that tradition. And there's been so many people who are like, No, we love that classic. This is what they sound like in my head. We love that.
That's pretty accurate.
We love that classic Silvio's roll, and it shouldn't have seeds on it.
Yeah.
But I think the new age, obviously, with cheesesteaks, even the hoagies.
I like having the option.
I
but
like
Yeah,
it.
sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to get seeded. Sometimes you don't. It really depends on. How
I've
you're
ordered
feeling.
plenty of them, and I switch it up. It depends on the vibe.
And it's people's perspective that they think it's a different roll because it has seeds on it. So it's like a lot of times they ask us, "Oh, we just want the Silvio." Well, it is the Silvios. One just has seeds and one doesn't have seeds. So it's like making them aware that it's still the same roll.
no
just
different
one.
ingredient, it's
Nothing.
just
There's nothing
dipped in
different.
seeds.
I mean,
Just
what do you?
different
How do you
seeds.
think we get the rolls, guys? We plant the little roll seeds,
how
and they
they
grow on the
grow.
tree, and you pick the rolls off the tree, and
We grow them right there on York Road.
fresh.
Pick them fresh every day. Yeah.
But I would say the other thing I like that you guys have, the thing that I embrace and I love is just the events you guys do. Even the movie nights and the other stuff that you
Yeah.
coordinate. Like we've gone a few times, and that's just a big family deal. That ice cream and all those things, just you got it all in one spot, and those are
Yeah.
phenomenal things you guys put together. And I think you got one coming up soon, don't you?
We have an event. It's
The rescue dog, right?
the rescue dog
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that's Tara puts that together, and I think it's on the 30th of May, and yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of dogs or pets that can be adopted. Yeah,
That's awesome.
so
That's great, man.
Yeah, I think before we dig into these sandwiches, another thing we should mention that we were given the opportunity to mention on the show is 2026 Montco Happening's best sandwich. That
Yes.
was you guys.
Thank
so I think we should got that
Cheers
ready to
to
go.
that. I'm gonna crack one. To
Yeah, go
that.
for it.
you toast to that one.
Yeah, let's toast that one.
I think that's
toast-worthy.
appropriate.
Yeah, feels right.
Get in
That's
there.
something to celebrate. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude. And
Cheers to you.
that list is
Cheers.
no flukes on there. That was a solid dub. If you look at the contenders and you come out on top. I mean, look at it in front of us.
That's a good beer.
It's a good
That's a
lawn
good
mowing beer.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy just gets it.
Sorry, that's how I roll.
We had a discussion when we reviewed this about this is like a perfect lawn mowing beer.
Yeah, their 8% beer was a bad lawn mowing beer, but
That's you don't get the lawn
Sure.
done at all.
don't do burial
Good
ground.
beer, not doing work on that one.
No.
Yeah, that's nice. And who, Van Loo's.
Van
out of-
Loo's.
Van Loo's.
Van Loo's out of Perkasie.
Perkasie.
Their brewer Galen. It's just him and his dad. That's it.
Super craft.
Super craft.
Love that.
It's an old Texaco gas station. They converted into the brewery. It's a real sick vibe. When it's real nice out, open up those gates. Real open air. He's very big into music and stuff like that. So they participate in a lot of the events. Like Porch Fest, they just had bands
Yep.
there. Sometimes, later in the night, Galen will whip out the guitar, plays the harmonica. Things get wild.
Rachel,
That's
the
a
bartender,
smooth one.
keeps shit going,
Yes,
keeps
she
it
does.
rolling.
Shout out, Rach.
Yep.
Love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got it, dude.
But best sandwich. I mean, you guys have now been there how long?
Going on 3, right?
No,
No?
year
Those-
and a half.
Yeah.
2.
so
Coming up
how's
on
the-
2.
Be, right, February.
feels like 3.
will be 2 years.
How's that feel?
That's a milestone, dude.
It's been a fun ride.
Have you had the chance to sit back and really let it soak in, or has it just been constant change or thinking of what's next, where you even haven't had the
after
chance?
like events like the movie nights and just like after events you host and stuff, it's nice to sit back and just be like me and Tara, just it's nice to just see everybody. It means a lot, like when that parking lot's filled up and you see the kids playing or they're holding their ice cream and stuff like that. It's a great feeling. You see like hard work paying off, and it's nice. It's really nice.
You guys are a huge piece of the community. Like, it's very evident just in everything you do. So, obviously, appreciate that. Maybe we should dig into some of these best sandwiches in Montco.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, you said homemade roast beef.
Homemade
and
roast beef.
Yes.
Let's start there.
That's a beautiful.
All right,
cross
look at that
section,
guy.
too. Look at that.
This is all that homemade roast beef.
Homemade roast beef, sweet peppers, tomato,
No,
onion,
not sweet peppers, cherry peppers.
cherry peppers.
Got the little kick on there. Cheddar cheese.
Oh yeah.
Time to get in there.
Let's go for it.
How long is this roast beef cooking for?
God damn.
Or is that the family secret?
It's up there. It's a couple hours. It's
Ooh.
4, let's say 3 to 4 hours.
Dude, this is delicious.
So good.
It's slow cooked.
I think it's up there, right? That pork sandwich, too. I had the privilege of getting my hands on that one. I heard that one's going away.
But we keep selling out each week, so we're gonna keep it rolling till the hot weather comes in and.
I was telling Tara if it goes, you got to do like a wrap Wednesday or something like that. Keep it going.
Keep something going.
Keep something
right?
unique on Wednesdays.
Well, we do the Fridays and Saturdays now. We have the cookie dough.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's been flying off the shelves on Fridays and Saturdays.
It's delicious, especially buried on those ice cream. Or you put it on baked goods and stuff too. I've seen it popping up on other stuff.
Yeah, well, this week we did the cookie dough brownie.
Ooh.
that sold out pretty quickly. And then Fridays and Saturdays, we do the scoopable cookie dough with shout out to Uncle Dave's ice cream. Put that on top.
Dude, Uncle Dave's ice cream is fantastic.
It's so
Where's Uncle
addictive.
Dave's? Where's Uncle Dave's at?
Shady Brook.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Every
it's-
ice cream maker is an uncle, apparently. Uncle Dave's, Uncle Mike's.
Everybody
It's
make
really
a-
just those two. I don't know any other uncles making ice cream.
just an Uncle ice cream thing.
Just Uncle. Dude,
It does
that's-
have that kick.
That
Yeah,
is
I
like
get
a
that
great
spice.
watching the Phillies game type of sandwich. Like that is, I love this. Very good. Very
Especially
good.
now where you're not trying to throw the sandwich because you're upset. You're just enjoying your
Yeah,
game.
Phillies are rolling. I
Cold
mean,
sandwich, but with the heat.
Yeah,
It's-
dude, that kick.
Love
it
that.
works together.
Like there, it's tough to find a good like hearty roast beef sandwich with all jus. But the people who have tried it, I haven't found a good one yet. I want to be nice here. There just aren't good ones. But a cold roast beef sandwich. Summer days are coming up, or they're here in spring when it's 95.
It was like 96.
This is lovely, and that pepper is a great touch, dude.
just like Rocky.
Just like
I mean,
Rocky.
oh, so
That's why
is
we
that
named it
just
after.
like Rocky.
it's got the punch.
Gives you the punch of the cherry pepper.
Cut
makes-
me, Mick.
Adrian.
That's awesome.
Dude, that was good. All right, so we're going on the cold table. We might as well keep going on the cold train.
Might as well keep it rocking.
Now the chicken cutlets, you guys are making them in-house and
In-house.
everything.
In house.
A real thing of beauty.
I'm gonna be sleeping after this, dude.
Cross section, got to show it. Looks lovely.
Oh, look at this.
You-
What I love about this off the bat, the chunks of chicken.
Big chunks.
It's the nice, crispy, thin cutlet chunked up.
Even in the wrap, that's
Who
what I'm
doesn't
looking
like it
for.
chunky?
That's some good stuff. Also mixed in the bowl, that's key. You can tell
Yes.
everything's gets a little bit everything. I have notes, but I can't say I'm enjoying it too much. Everything just works. It's another one of those every ingredient just doing its job.
You got to mix it up and making sure everything gets
That's key.
dressing on it, cheese.
It's gotta be
you gotta get a
coated.
butt- you got to be coated.
There is no piece of lettuce left untouched by that wonderful dressing. And,
and
those
that
cutlets.
That
oh.
cutlet is so flavorful. Oh, it's wonderful.
I'm gonna say stuff, but I want to.
I know, right?
I want to eat.
Dude, these are George. So good. See? I told you needed to stay.
You did.
Tara's definitely so nervous right now.
She's like, don't let him say
What's
anything.
he saying?
And just like muting my phone. Like, I don't know what George is on his own.
He's fine. He's
Let it rip.
He's talking about everybody now. He's giving us all the tea.
George just fractured all your relationships with everybody at Brown Horsham real quick.
What happened to Silvios? They seem to be doing great. They shut down abruptly.
Just text her real quick. This was a terrible idea. We'll deal with it later.
They left town.
Something happened.
Why is George talking about everybody?
He's doing reviews on their pages while we're sitting here. I don't know.
right.
This guy's out of control.
I've never even been there, but that place sucks.
Just taking shots.
Shots fired.
Could go down in flames. All right. Well, speaking of flames, let's move to the
Yeah.
hot table.
All right.
And this one
big
is
dom.
the big dom. I heard this was on my list of things to try.
Prosciutto, mozzarella,
Prosciutto,
roasted
fresh-
reds,
yeah.
balsamic glaze, cutlets.
She is a beaut. Look at
Oh, that mozzarella. Oh, yeah.
This is a good one. This is one of my favorite sandwiches in Hatboro.
There you go. I mean,
we go.
it's one of the best sandwiches of 2026. And that is why. My God. Flavor bomb.
Little messy, but
If you put roasted reds and balsamic glaze on most things, I'm gonna love it.
takes it up a notch,
It
right?
really does.
That's a combo you cannot go wrong
And
with.
lovely melt in your mouth prosciutto. Come on.
It's like butter, man. Another home run. Not that I was expecting anything different, but and you're in front of me, so it's like
I'm making a mess. It's so good.
It's like a bunt. It's like a bunt single. It's all right.
I'm just posting a review from our page right now.
I think that's how I'm gonna start doing reviews. It's just baseball. Be like, what's up, baseball guys? I'm an athlete too.
Honestly, that would be
Out of a home run, this is maybe a foul tip.
it doesn't feel as like aggressive. Like it's negative, but it's not too bad. It's like you still kind of made contact.
True.
You didn't fully fail.
It's a drop third strike. We got on first anyway, but in the books, it's gonna look a little funny.
Why do we like him? Because he gets on base.
Exactly.
Dude, now I'm just gonna like eat for the rest of this.
We're just gonna go out. We're gonna be the baseball boys. It's gonna be nothing about baseball. It's just all about food reviews, and then somehow we'll work our way into a stadium.
We'll make this into something. Dude, this one, George, another winner, man.
This is great. Seriously.
But while I'm eating, so I can keep some conversation going, you just don't hear me slacking lips because that's the ASMR crowd that we're dragging in. But I think Tara might have mentioned this one time. You went to different places to learn. I know we're eating the sandwiches, but the pizza too. You've gone on, to different places to learn different things about the pizza.
Yeah, I mean, that's how me and Tara's relationship kind of started, was food. I mean, we travel. I mean, we went up to Connecticut. We've gone to so many different pizza places in New York. We just love to travel for food, and that's a big part of a relationship. And I feel like that's what makes even being partners with her in something like this. It's like we have profile, like our flavor profiles are very similar, and we connect very. It's been good. It's been awesome working with her.
What's been one of your favorite? Because I'm sure it gets so hard to choose at some point of like, what's your favorite? But like, I don't know why that's my go-to voice right now for like when I'm.
It works though, honestly.
But like, what has been some of your favorites? Whether it's been Connecticut, down here, fellow places in Hatboro, but what are some that are top of mind?
What are we talking about? Like,
Just pizza.
Inspirational or
Just
anything.
pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, just pizza.
I mean, so let's go to Wildwood.
Let's.
I thought you were gonna say Wawa.
Those Wildwood days.
It's exactly.
hop in the
they're
car right
coming
now.
up.
Yeah, let's go.
Sam's in Wildwood.
Okay.
A real
is
classic.
It's an OG.
Just a classic. It's one of my favorite pizzas. It's like
For that, I want to ask, because Sam's is great. Manco and Mancos, Max, whatever you want to, Mac and Mancos, whatever you want to call it for whatever the audience remembers it as. I feel like there's those places that when you really break it down and you really start to taste so many different foods, you're like, there's really nothing special about it, but it's just that nostalgia hit where it is a good pizza, without a doubt. But then you're like, this is where we went for vacation.
Yes.
This is where we had like, you know,
That plays a little role in it for sure. Like you got
it
that
has
bond.
to, right? But like Sam's, there's something about waiting in that line, getting the curly fries,
Yeah.
the lemonade, like just the entire holistic
trifecta right
yeah,
there. The
it's-
trifecta right there is.
And just being down the shore.
Unbeatable.
Yeah.
It's not.
All right, so we got
top
Sam's
that.
and Wildwood.
We
Who
got
else?
Sam's and Wildwood. New York. I think New York's better than Connecticut.
Ooh. Hot take. George is down here. Tara's like, damn,
Shots
why'd you let him do
fired.
it?
Prince Street.
Nah,
is great
stand on
in New
business,
York.
dude.
Lives up to lives up to its
Yes.
reputation.
Yes. Prince Street, the square from Prince Street, and then the regular pie. I always forget his name. It's that old man. He is passed now, but he touched every pie, and we were lucky enough to have one of them.
Oh, damn, I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
there. That's on your Mount Rushmore.
That's
up
my
there.
Mount
The Mount
yeah.
Rushmore pizza.
Look, I would help.
The
but
Farah.
The Farrah.
There it is.
We,
there it
yeah, we
is.
were all right there.
We knew it was a D.
You got
Yeah.
it. We're there.
the Farrah's is
It's always about the D, is it not?
Facts, dude.
the Farrah's is my favorite. Definitely my favorite pizza.
Okay.
And then you take some of that with you and kind of, I mean, obviously you're making your own, but you take those little inspiration pieces and kind of try and chuck it into what you're doing.
We cook our pizza more on the well done side. Obviously, I feel like a pizza should always be crispy and crunchy, and that's the side we
You
choose to.
guys, when I first went there, I remember we were talking about the pizza because Silvio's previous pizza, I did not care for.
Yeah.
I was like,
For being real, yeah.
There's just something that was lacking about it. And I was like, no, the hoagies are good, the rolls are good. But I remember when you guys took it over, we had a conversation. You were like, the community kind of likes Pizza Tuesday and how it is.
Yeah.
But there was the bluntness of like, we want to change it. And Tara was pretty open about that.
Yes.
It tastes like you guys have changed the recipe noticeably. Like I remember there was one pizza that I had maybe a couple months ago, and I posted it on Instagram, and I was like, "This is different."
You had the upside down.
It was
Yeah.
very, very good, and I still feel like when you think Silvio's, at least for me, I think hoagies first, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh wait, they also do have pizza now. But what went into that process for you guys of like, we just got to change that because you have a pizza background, like you
Yes.
have Northeast Philly roots, so it was like
in your blood.
We're
Shout out Mayfair.
yeah, Mayfair calls. What's up, dude? Common in Frankfurt, grease the poles, baby. When we were growing up, those poles were not greased.
They were not-
It was a
we were
free for all.
climbing up everything, buildings, poles.
Kids got soft,
Now
man.
it's
Yeah, kids have greased hands now.
yeah.
Got greased hands, brother.
But yeah, I mean, my parents, they started in the. My dad started in the pizza game, and we just grew up. It's what I spent my weekends and my days after school, and it's just what was taught to me. So it's like just second nature. Everything. It's just what my parents have taught me, and just putting the love into it, and that's what I want to show, and I hope it's cutting out there.
It comes through in the food, man, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
It's
The food, the walking through, like that's my favorite thing, and I'm sure you guys feel it too when you go into a place. But like you feel that love, whether it's
do.
busy, whether it's not. Like every time I walk in, you're like, oh, what's up, Doug? While you have a line that's wrapping towards the refrigerator filled with Hank soda, delicious. But like that's the stuff that I think keeps the community going. So like this is a genuinely a heartfelt thank you to you guys because it's not easy to do that, especially to bring the community back together.
You can tell too, like, I mean, obviously the food industry, it's hard work, long day, everything. And then to that point, like when I went in there with, when Melissa and I went in there with, you and say, like, you can tell everybody, happy, having a great time. It's, that atmosphere.
You guys were away and it was everybody, same thing. Like you said, you're standing in line, everybody's greeting you. It doesn't matter. Even when it's busy, like everybody's still like.
Same environment.
It's what when you hire that person, you see their personality and what you're hiring. Like if you're gonna hire a miserable person, it's like you're
it's not the move.
It's what you bring into your store, and it's what's taught too. It's what your expectations are. So if you're not there, if the boss isn't there, and it's just run by employees, they don't put that same passion is what
you guys do though. It was like you were there. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
man.
it's.
That's a great point of like you guys are there. You're visible on social, in person. But I think like the thing for me again, just living there, living in Hatboro, seeing how intertwined you are with the community and bringing people there, whether it is the movie night or whether it's bringing other local vendors or whatever it may be to the parking lot, like the Hatboro Christmas parade when you guys were like, oh, we're gonna have the Jersey guy there, we're gonna have the hot chocolate, which is the best hot chocolate I've ever had in my life. Like those things just hold such value for me, for memories, for the people that are growing up, for memories. Like it's just cool that we're able to see this next generation of Silvios for us, which I'm sure this is what it was like for all the people who were like, no, Silvios is selling. So again, kudos
those
to
are
you
big
for
shoes to fill
rebranding.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge.
But now,
I mean, people still coming in. It's like, oh, it's new owners. It's like, yeah,
bro, it's almost 2 years.
It's been 2 years. Like it changed
Define
hands
new.
again. It's just the same thing.
But no, it's like
over.
it's cool for like, and your new dad and another one on the way. Congrats.
Thank you.
But taking Charlotte for ice cream, it's something like you're taking your kid there. Like those are traditions you pass down and things that like it's gonna keep going. You guys are carrying that on to where like I'm able to do that with my kid now. So it's like not just the food being phenomenal, just what you're doing collectively for the community, and just like you can't duplicate that stuff. Like you said, that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
And that's
and just seeing like the kids smiling, and that's what going off what you asked me earlier. It's like it's seeing that joy in that kid's face, and it's what you can sit back and be like, this is what we're striving for, is to put that.
That's the dub.
I got chills, man. That's like
it's
sincerely, that's such an awesome thing
Yeah.
because you'd have to think like that's what I think. Like that's what it's all about. But I
Yeah.
just think about the way that you guys have just impacted that community, a growing community too. I mean, how many? There's 2 loft apartments that are going up now, or I'm sorry, luxury apartments, overpriced, but good for the community all in all. People are going to have their thoughts on that. But to have those places like you, like Bly Street, like the places that are opening up, and then the staples, Hatboro Pizza, Daddy Pops, like those things are so great. And I think having that growing community with new fresh blood is just, it's awesome.
There's
It
so
just
much
makes me
here.
so happy.
Yeah.
I think we should hop on to that last one.
Oh yeah. Don't want to forget about it.
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread cheesesteak? Because we were talking.
Ender middle. What do you want?
Dude, I don't care. I'll go for whatever. Joe passed me.
You got
No,
it.
thank you, sir.
There
Look
you
at
go.
that. Teamwork makes the dream work. I didn't want to interrupt, George. We're going.
That's a
Dude, that's a
thick
thick
boy.
boy. Same thing. Look at that. She thick.
She is thick. That's what we like.
Hell yeah.
That's why I have 2 kids.
All right. See, the garlic bread adds another layer to that right there.
Oh yeah.
The meat and cheese alone, but then you get that little hint of garlic. Little seedy boy there.
That's like a very
I'm so happy I'm hitting the table.
top tier pizza shop style cheesesteak. That I love this. Not slabbed.
Nope.
Not the new age chunk. That fine like pizza shop cheesesteak.
That's what I
Chop.
go for
I like
personally,
that.
man. There's so many cheesesteak options out there. And a lot of them are doing a lot of the cedar roll. This is my bread and butter. No pun intended, I guess. But this is what I look for.
Like you said, that garlic just totally enhances what is the cheesesteak.
That should be your standard.
There's a garlic
cheesesteak, dude.
trench right here. When you get that bite, that's where it's at.
Now everybody expects that pound of meat, 13 slices of cheese. Like that's so when you don't see that, that's when people like criticize your cheesesteak or criticize like, oh, why aren't they doing that? Why aren't like we can't do that on our roll because then we're gonna have to change it and everything. But so we can't jump to that.
I would argue
level.
it's become like pizza, the cheesesteaks. Like doesn't just because it's not that type doesn't mean it's not good. Like there's so many variations to it. It's very open to opinion. What is a good? I mean, I would argue that's the trending cheesesteak. I wouldn't argue that doesn't it makes it the best cheesesteak. There's times where I want that, and there's times where I want this, and there's times where I want even simpler, like just that basic. Like I don't, it really depends.
Everyone has their opinion on the cheesesteak. My only hard and fast rule is, once you get away from the greater Philadelphia area, when they start putting the word Philly in Philly cheesesteak, I gotta run.
You got to second guess that one.
Yeah?
But-
Okay. I want to be proven wrong.
Yeah. No. I mean,
no,
like,
he's
you
being-
have, you
I
have
got excited. I thought my rule
not,
was.
no, not second guess you. You have to second guess that cheesesteak of like, oh boy,
Yeah.
they put Philly there. Is it going to be good? But I think Chef Nick Claire actually made a great point.
Shout out Chef Nick.
Yes.
Shout out, Nick.
Oh wait, time out. While you're doing that, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do something else. Keep going. No, you keep going.
He made a great I guess term for those cheesesteaks where it is so much meat and cheese. He called it meat pudding.
Yeah.
And
I
was like,
remember he
that's-
told us that.
That's the perfect way to describe it.
Yes.
And I said this in a video the other day. And the Godfather of Meat actually said this when he went out to Alessio's Seafood and Grill, who does a great cheesesteak.
Never have thought that.
He so unsuspecting, but he had said that.
Forgot I had it on.
That's great.
He doesn't know about this. His wife does. I had to get approval, but
That's
It's
incredible.
amazing.
But so Chef Nick Claire had mentioned that it's like a meat pudding. Such a valid term
It really is.
for what's happening, because I think that there's this illusion of if there is a lot of meat and cheese, it must be good because it's a value play for the consumer, where in the reality it's like, yeah, but the ratios are so off, but there's so many cheesesteaks. And like I mentioned, Godfather of Meat said this too. So I feel validated when I hear Godfather of Meat, here we are, another cheesesteak, say it just like that. But he's like, there are a lot of cheesesteaks that are tasting very, very similar. And it's not a bad thing. They're good. Give credit where credit's due. Angelo set the blueprint and said, this is how we make the next new style cheesesteak. And I argued with somebody on Facebook not argued, but when I feel there is a time for me to respond, I usually will. So this guy had said, oh, it's just the trending move. I was like, I don't think it's a trend anymore. I think it's the
norm.
standard.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. But I do think that Cooper Sharp ribeye fried onions is a better cheesesteak than New York American.
I agree.
Yeah.
Not ribeye, sirloin, or whatever mix, and an Amoroso roll. So, but I do. I think, like, I'm not going to name names. You guys can think of who you think I'm talking about, but there's places that will give you so much meat that you have to eat it with a fork. It's not a bad cheesesteak. These places don't have bad cheesesteaks, but ratio wise, it's just like, this feels like it's too much, and I don't necessarily want that.
Right.
So I'll get off my soapbox.
No.
you're
It
good.
makes, you
No,
want
I
to.
agree. I mean, it's Steve Steaks, for example.
Classic.
Great cheesesteak. It's always been a great cheesesteak, and people don't see that much meat on it, and it's automatically a bad cheesesteak.
Yeah, that's the problem with that
It's-
standard.
Yeah, it's what they've done for so many years. It's the slab. It's their roll, their crunchy roll, a cherry soda from there, and it's
that nostalgia piece too, though.
Yeah, but it's not overwhelming with the meat and stuff. It's a great cheesesteak.
That's the like. There's those places, and you know this from Northeast Philadelphia. Every neighborhood seemingly had their own cheesesteak place.
Yep.
I grew up in Wissanoming. It was Joe's, the artist formerly known as, and I'm not going to say it, but Joe's Cheesesteaks on Tarsdale Ave. Now they're down on Girard. Not slab, but like a chunky slab. That was a great one. Steve's was such a great one. For whatever it's worth, if you're down in South Philly, Pat's and Gino's. I'm not going to be there, but a lot of people did. But it was those
It's
neighborhood.
got a rite of passage kind of thing.
It
Yeah.
does. And I mean, they started it. You can't
And
not.
where you send the tour, like yeah, if you're
Sure.
here, you're gonna you gotta experience
You
it.
got to try, and it's a cool experience. But like, it was those neighborhood first name places.
Yeah.
Now, if you were gonna ask, like, oh, what do you want, like Cafe Carmela or Steve's?
Cafe
I'm gonna get
Carmela
Cafe
slaps,
Carmela,
dude.
but Steve's I still love, and I'm not saying like I love a Steve steak because just those nights after Frankfurt Ave, and you're like, let me just
hits different.
Let me just get a steak. Let me get some cheese fries. Let me get the birch beer to go with it. And then I miss it, prior COVID days. The cherry pepper bar. There's just something about a cherry pepper bar.
The ketchup, the pickles.
That's never coming back
Yeah.
now.
On
The
that
good old
stainless
days.
steel.
On that stainless
It's
steel,
just
it
there's
just-
something special about
just hits
that.
different. The cherry peppers on the.
You never know whose hand was in there or anything, but it was just like, oh, this is
Now you're like, oh no.
this is great. Yeah, you gotta get one at
cherry.
Silvios.
You go birch over cherry.
I will. Yeah, I usually go birch. Something about that Pennsylvania Dutch birch beer, man. It's delicious.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
that cherry soda from Steve's.
I don't know, man.
Top tier.
Might have to go. I mean, they got the location in Warrington now, so I might as well just hit it up. But there's so many good places. I think Joey Maglio of Cafe Carmela, one of his favorites is Steve Steaks. I think Steve's and Angelo's are
his sopa.
But I could be wrong. We did a podcast together. I could be wrong in saying that, but it's just that's what I love hearing is like the respect that you guys have for other places as business owners who are like, yeah, no, we also like that place and support that place.
That's the big thing. Like I would argue now, like the city was the cheesesteaks, but I think now it's just the suburbs are the cheese. They're taking them. They're taking it.
Yeah.
They are.
I don't know what the right phrase is if it's like per capita or whatever, but
They're
like,
everywhere.
you guys, Bly Street, Iron Oven,
That's all
Berardi
within-
Brothers.
yeah.
Like there's so many good cheesesteaks in the Bucks Montgomery County area where it's like, oh, I don't need to go down to the city
No.
anymore.
They're branching out. And I don't know what made that paradigm shift, but it's happening. Like Berardi Brothers, you feel like you're eating. They're phenomenal too.
They're so good.
And it's
Nice,
just- dude, yeah.
nice dudes too.
I mean,
Mike
you gotta
and Nick
figure
are
as the
stellar.
suburbs grew, where were the people coming from? I mean, so
Yeah,
they're bringing
you're
it with
right.
them.
That makes this guy.
It
gets
kind of makes sense.
It's not putting logic into things.
I'm
We're just
sorry.
No, but that makes a lot of sense. But that is what's branching out, and I love it. That now I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to go. There's so much stuff.
A lot of our customers say that. It's like there's so many options now we can go to up here that we don't have to drive the 45 minutes, the 50 minutes down to the city, deal with the traffic, where we're going to park. I mean, Angelo's is a staple now. It's like you do take that drive for them. And he did change the game. Like he came into this, he's failed so many times. Like his story, like I followed his story for so long and he's failed so many times and he just kept at it. And that's what it's great. It's now he's so successful. How many places does he have now? He has so many places.
The one with Bradley Cooper, he's got up in
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
York. But like they did a documentary. I forget who did it. Shout out to the kid who put it together, the production team. But it was a nice little 30-minute documentary about Angelo's and Danny. And what I loved about that, and I've never met Danny. I would love to get into that. I don't even want to call it the inner circle. I want to call it the second floor because that's where all the
In the
VIPs
penthouse,
get.
penthouse.
Everybody goes up.
Yeah, it's cool. But like he talks so much about how he cares about his employees and having a great time, but more or less how family oriented he is about like how much love he has for his dad, for his kids. Like it was one of the coolest things to be like, damn, you see those people who are like, no, Angelo's is overplayed, but then you remember like and I don't think Angelo's is overplayed. It lives up to every expectation that people set out for it, but that's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like he's doing this to support his family. Like have whatever thoughts you want about the place, but he set the new standard, and you got to respect something like that.
Well, that's what I would argue is a differentiator when you start looking, like you said, a lot of these are going to start tasting the same because you're the same stuff. But I will go to the restaurant where I get that vibe or like get that nostalgia. I'd be like, like with you guys, like you have a daughter, my daughter, same age, like your family is there. Like I want to support that while you support us. Like it's just that community aspect, I think, is what drives me to pick where I go. Because really, there's no bad choice. If you're being honest, so you got to latch on to something other criteria. And I think that's what it is. Like, if I walk in there, it feels like home. Or I walk in there, like you said, the owner is talking to his employees, like their family. Like that to me is just justification of the like, I want to go patronize that place. That's what I'm looking for now.
100%.
And that's what I think in Angelo's funny Instagram videos, he does. Like you see him with his family and his kids running around, and then you see that he still.
Well, you
no
guys do
matter
the
how-
same stuff with yours,
I
too.
mean, it's that's what it's all about. It's about family. When I had my daughter, it's just different. You get a different mindset. When you have a kid, you get a different mindset. It's a different.
I think when the face of the business is the face of the business, they're not hiding behind a logo. And I look at those reels or I look at your social media, it's you guys. Like you're in all them. Like that's big. That
That's who you
resonates with
see
me.
when you walk in. Like that's That's what it's about.
Because I was like, yeah, wait, that's the guy on the reels. He's making my food. Like,
Yeah.
I know it sounds cool, but that is literally that full circle thing. I think is the connect that will make every restaurant stand out. if they
That
do
was his advice to us. When we
Well,
first
there you go.
I know,
See,
it's-
look,
I
it
know
worked.
it's just all set up, but it's not. That was your
Gotcha.
first advice to us. It's like
This is a long con, George. We got you.
you told us that people want to see, like when we were talking about our Instagram and stuff in the very beginning. It's like, you guys got to be in the videos. People want to see you, and it's like,
It's because of like Gary Barbera commercials. They were
Yeah,
terrible, but that guy was all. I'm like, I want to see that guy.
But he's there.
I don't need AI slop. Like, I don't want. I know when it's like it. That
that was his
don't touch
first
AI.
that was his first piece of advice to us. It was
Don't.
like,
No, I just, and I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for saying that. And I say this with a lot of businesses that we work with, they're business in the community. When somebody cares enough to hear what I have to say, but like, if we're working with a place and we put out a video, that's great. I never know if the video is going to do well. I never know if it's going to pop.
That's
I
always
pray
a
to
dice
God
roll,
that
man.
it does. I truly do. But when I walk out of those doors, you're still there. Tara's still there. Like, it's still your business. And if that consistency isn't there when you're showcasing, this is what we're doing. It doesn't need to be every day, but people need to know, like, oh, they're posting, they're showcasing what they care about, what the new item is. It means so much. And you said it perfectly. Like, if I see that as a family man, or if somewhere in this economy where spending money gets a little bit tougher,
You're making choices.
yeah. And I want to make those choices with the people who make me feel like, oh, I know you. And there are people on the flip side, when you see them on social media, it makes you go, ooh, I don't want to support you at all. Or you're going to be a second thought of who I want to support just because you don't seem like a good person.
Yeah.
But then when you see you see Tara, like I said, you see the Berardi brothers, like you see sweet Mary at Hatboro Pizza, like and that's what I told them. I was like, that's your star.
All the
right
places
there.
I look at myself going back to have the same thing. Like, even whether it's outside of pizza, cheesesteaks, like all the like Baked by Michaela, all them. Like, she's the face of the business. Everybody I go to now that I'm thinking about it, because we brought it up, is that's why I go to them, because I'm seeing that person, or I know that person. Like, it's that personal touch. And if you lose that, I think that's where you guys clearly have that. Obviously, I mean, look at what you guys have done, but I think that is a key component that's going to differentiate and separate people going forward.
And it's your risk. And I think people appreciate that, of like, wow, look at the balls that they have of taking that risk to take over a place.
That was a big swing,
right.
dude.
And we want to support the community, because you hear it so many times. And this isn't just Hatboro. I think this is just small town Americana of like, we don't need another nail salon. We don't need another this. It's
smoke
like,
shop.
dude.
well, here's your chance to go support that place, or what potentially is going to go in there.
Yep.
Another nail salon or smoke shop. So what do you want that to be? Or do you want to be in the neighborhood Facebook page where it's, I really missed old Mary and Joe's. That used to be the place. And
Yeah, we
now
don't
it's just
want that.
another vacant store. It's like, well, yeah, because you didn't
You
frequent
didn't go
there.
If you don't want to rely on the big chains or whatever, if you want variety, you want options at a place, that means you go and you support local places. And again, it's not just food, it's a connection.
Like, Hatboro Horsham
Amen.
does that as a community. Like, we're on Perkasie a lot. They do it as a community. That whole strip, like Walnut Street, that whole strip's the same way. They all support each other, and I think that's key. You guys support each other, the family element, and like, again, we got you on the podcast. Look at that. We got you on a microphone,
Nice.
on a camera. Tara's not going to believe it, but guess what? We got proof.
My PR person's not.
Dude, you're crushing it, though. Like,
He's going to hand me all these like NDAs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Tara, he didn't say anything horrible. He did good. He
Tara-
crushed it.
Tara wanted to sit behind me, making sure I'm not tapping me on the shoulder.
she's got like
that.
a
sitting on one of those-
stick. Being like,
Don't say that.
No.
I told Tara, I was like, we got like 4 other chairs. If you want to sit in the corner and just, if he does something, just make eye contact, you stop, you can. But she's like, nah.
She's probably texting me right now.
She's like,
yo,
don't
you-
say anything. Here's the list of things not to say. We already did it all.
Yeah.
We already said them.
But George, appreciate you coming out here.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So
letting us
much.
try
Thank
the,
you.
I appreciate
Congrats
everything.
on best sandwich, Montco Happening
That's huge.
2026.
Thank you.
That's huge. And there were
Huge
some
achievement.
players on that list. Like, you guys, you crushed it. I mean, well earned. Thank you very much.
Thanks for
And
all the support.
it won't be the last time you're here, I'm
appreciate it.
sure. George from Silvio,
Thanks, guys.
heading out. See, told you it's not that hard, George. We got to get Tara on the mic because George, she's got to do damage control for what George just did.
I'm done for the day. I'm just eating this and then I'm going to sleep.
Those headphones are yours, Tara.
Oh my God.
We talked about the hot chocolate being the best hot chocolate
Oh,
I've ever had in my
I
life.
was gonna make it for you. I was like, it's a little.
And then that
too-
can
Yeah.
swing out to you.
Oh, you hear it on.
Yeah. I told George, I'm like, you're going to hear yourself. It's going to be really
You
weird.
got to get used to it. Yeah,
There
it's
you
weird.
go. Ready?
Hold on.
Yep. Isn't that
Oh.
weird? Yeah, see? George was like, I'm
I
going
want
to.
one. I want one of these for our house.
Tara,
crazy.
we need this hot chocolate story.
Okay.
The legend of the hot chocolate.
The legend of the hot chocolate. Well, it starts with George having a crazy story, like
Okay.
the cookie dough and the hot chocolate, and then suddenly it becomes my job.
Wait, which
Yeah, it's my job. No,
Who's the
no, he
real
made it.
boss
First
of
off,
Silvios?
anything George says won't come through the mic, so you're good.
Yeah.
You can't be heard right now. He's just
I
over
feel
there.
like So then we did it for the parade, and I don't know how it blew up. How did it blow up? Was it? It was
Dollop
you.
guy over here.
It was definitely you because I think
don't
you
know.
were having the first one, and then you came back for the parade,
Way
right?
to go.
I don't think I had the first one. I mean, I posted about it during the parade.
That could have been all it took, dude.
But
Sometimes
I think
that,
it was just.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
good
know
hot
if it
chocolate.
was that,
It
honestly,
was an
because
Instagram reel too, yeah, or Facebook. I think it was like,
that's what it was. You guys
Yeah.
posted the picture of it,
and then like a
it,
video with it, making it.
It looked incredible. I had nothing. This was all you guys. I just
still got to be good hot chocolate
drank
again
it.
coming back. So
Yeah.
clearly you guys crushed it.
It was good. I feel like it was nostalgic to people because it has like the fluff around the rim and it was like toasted.
Or the dollop in the cup if you're somebody.
And we
Look,
got like we might
you
have
gotta,
got
you
like,
gotta make those calls when things are getting crazy. You need to move it. I was just like,
Yeah.
just put the dollop of whipped cream in the cup.
Sometimes you got to call an audible.
Because wait, were you
That's
taking the
me.
cup and doing like a margarita style thing, or were you
They-
just like,
they
painting
were
it,
like
right?
painting
Oh my God.
it,
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
and then burn, and then like toasting it with the
dude.
gun, and then so one of our counter people were like, the gun's not working. Go to Sparta and get a gun, like a fire gun. She comes back and she's like,
I
I
don't need
got
a fire gun.
It was a
Don't come around. I
lighter.
need a gun.
And it was freezing, so she got a ski mask on. I need
Oh my God, take whatever you need.
A lighter, I mean.
You got the
So she
shiesty on.
runs.
Come on, give me the gun. It's freezing out here. I need that gun for the Malo. What did they even say? It.
You have fire guns here.
So she comes back and she hands me a lighter with marijuana leaves on it. And I'm like,
Toasted.
what is
That's why
this?
everybody loved the hot chocolate. Got
I'm
us
like-
all feeling great.
I go, you
Feel
go
so
return
relaxed.
this, right? Like we're like a family establishment. We
picture an
cannot be
interaction.
doing this right now.
What kind of lighter you want? Oh, dude, the pot leaf one? That's the
It's just cool. I just thought it was cool. I thought it matched the aesthetic for the day. It's
I thought you were
really
gonna say
good.
she came back with like a lighter and a can of Axe because you couldn't get the fire guns. You're just torching it with
Are these
been a
special
great
hot
idea.
chocolates?
Axe
Yeah, right.
Phoenix smell on your
We'll
hot
do that
chocolate.
next season.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You might.
420.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
Could you imagine?
You're onto something.
Like
That's a great
I
idea.
could imagine that.
THC drinks are a big thing now, guys.
They are.
I know
The
they really
market is
are.
growing.
Yeah, shout out High C of Sea Isle Iced Tea. Never had one, but
Shout them out anyway.
yeah,
dude.
we'll shout them out. I don't
oh,
drink
they
them.
have them?
Yeah, I don't
they-
drink them, but it's not my cup of tea. I don't. But
Wow.
they have them,
No way.
Good
and I
fun.
like the family. Thanks. Sometimes I just set myself up.
Yeah, dude, you got to throw it. And if someone else doesn't swing, someone's got to do it. All right, so it was the hot chocolate, the weed lighter. It was just
The
really
weed
good hot
lighter,
chocolate.
and then we ran out of cups because we didn't realize it was going to be like
So
that.
you went back
and,
to Sparta, robbed them again.
and we ran out of fluff. We had family running around the world for like fluff, and then all the customers started bringing their own cups from Sparta.
Jesus Christ.
And like, yeah, they were bringing their own cup, and we were filling
There were
it.
so many layers to this thing.
Yeah, Sparta was champs though. I mean, they didn't complain or bitch about
Was
it.
the hot
like,
chocolate the primary? You were just ripping hot chocolate, or was this like just an accessory to other things you were doing and it just caught on?
It just.
So it's like the hot chocolate feels like it was
Yeah,
like
well,
a.
were you guys doing ice cream that day or
we
pizza
were-
or anything? Or?
Yeah, we were doing ice cream. We were doing
And
everything.
the hot chocolate
Yeah.
just
Parade.
went.
We just didn't realize
was
how crazy
so
the parade's
good.
gonna be.
That was the first time I've ever gone to the Hatboro Christmas parade, and
That was wild.
I'm sad. Like it's a great
so
parade,
good.
especially when it's accompanied by stolen hot chocolate and
Fire guns and stolen
Well, the hot chocolate
robberies.
was stolen, but everything else about it was.
The legend of the hot chocolate.
It is. It's phenomenal. And then you guys brought it back the following week, and I was so sad that I couldn't find the time. I texted you
Yeah.
that night, and you were like, "Oh, we have more," or it was maybe the next night. It was a day. It was a night. And you posted it, and I think you guys closed in like 10 minutes. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to get to it. I was so sad. We drove by like 6 times waiting. for
Tell
you
it
to
I
answer,
tried.
'cause I was like,
Tell it I love it.
Right.
I mean, we live
That's so
right
sad.
there. We just kept doing circles like by the house. I was
Like
like,
the guy that gets the door right when it closed and they locked it on you. Like, no,
Kara was
sorry,
crying.
buddy.
The baby was crying. I was like, I need to know if the hot chocolate's available. And we never got it. So we didn't go out and get Swiss Miss, and it made me cry. Cause
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say that's just not the same. That's like if you went all the way to White Castle and they were closed. Like, well, now I got to get this hot chocolate. So hopefully, I'll get you guys a fire gun. I'll help. You know, we'll contribute the Altered Judgement fire gun. You guys can make the hot chocolate again.
As long as he gets the dollop.
As long as I get the
Yeah.
dollop. The
Yeah.
dollop is
that-
key.
Hey, however you want
We'll
it.
just blow it up on social again. You guys are gonna get wrecked on hot chocolate right out the gate.
Wait, I didn't see it on the menu. Where is it? And then you turn to them and you go, but we have this scoopable cookie dough, which
Yeah. There
you
this
go.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Perfect
you
Good
Perfect
old
for
bait and
summer.
switch.
I inhaled that thing very quickly.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God, that
You'd
was so
think
good.
it would be heavy, but it's not.
I'd love if we could show it like as we talk about it, but we've eaten
Yeah.
most of it.
There
I'll
might be
show a
some clips I
picture.
can salvage
Let's
and just
see. Look.
B-roll them through
This
Yeah.
is empty.
because we were housing it. There was a crumb of it on the table for a while, making a cameo. So
Uncle Dave's ice cream. We
Uncle
bring it
Dave.
back to the Uncle's
Yeah.
cream.
Uncle's cream.
He's got great ice cream, honestly. I feel so happy with like that decision with the ice cream because it's a good combo. He's got good flavors. Have you had our ice cream before?
No, actually,
was
I
his
Oh
first
hadn't.
no
time.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe's in Quakertown, so
Yeah.
he's like a import.
So I this is I believe the third time I've had some because we had when
Yeah.
Chef Nick was here, he
brought the pizza.
brought
Yeah.
your pizza.
Because that was the
Yes.
first time, like you said,
And
I was
then-
always new at his sandwiches. And Nick, when he came on the episode, he brought the pies. I was like, oh, dude, I'm missing out.
And we recorded a couple weeks ago and had dinner, and
Yeah,
my
we went to
wife was
get-
here too, so we
I
all
think it was
went.
when you guys were in Disney.
Yeah,
but
you
we
weren't
swung
here.
by.
But yeah, no, everything was amazing, and
Good.
thank you so much.
It's not
Oh,
because you
thank
guys are here. It's because it's amazing. And also, congrats to you. We gave congrats to George. He was for the best sandwich.
Best
Oh,
sandwich.
thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Checked out.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
There were
that.
heavy hitters
Yeah.
on there, man. The one I saw that I like that I'm surprised made, not surprised made it, but Jay's over. He does that pretzel roll. I've known that dude for
Oh,
a bit.
yeah.
Royersford, right?
Yeah, I think he's like he used
That's
to
the
be Parkland's.
cheesesteak pretzel. Yeah. I've always heard great things about it. And
Yeah.
people as the cheesesteak
We've
guy.
had it,
I've,
but
I've
have
never
we
had
had
it.
I used to work at the Staples up in Langhorne, and he was close. So we'd run on lunch, and the something about that pretzel roll and that salt, and he would do like I wouldn't necessarily the cheesesteak on it, but like I got a pulled pork one time on it. And once you hit that little salt bite mixed with the pulled pork, it just symphony. It was good. It's a good roll, and he does all the gluten free stuff like nobody's doing. They use gluten free everything.
Yeah.
I'll say I was
Wow.
also not surprised to see Trolley Stop in
Yeah,
Hatfield
Trolley
on
Stop
there.
was on there.
So I grew up in Solderton, so I've been there a few times. They're pretty good. They do some really. They have like I used to get like a breakfast cheesesteak, so like an egg and like chopped steak, and it was so good.
Steak, egg, and cheese.
Is that how you say it, by the way? Solderton?
Solderton.
Is it? I've always said
Because
I've
Solderton.
always
I
said
actually was going
Souderton.
to bring up. I saw you
Yeah.
did the video at
Wait,
Broad Street Pizza.
Is that a regional thing though? Because I say Souderton too. Is it because? but
Yeah,
I'm,
so
I'm
you're
OG
wrong.
I've heard.
still.
I've
you grew up
heard.
there, but you're wrong.
So I was, I was born in Philly, but I moved out when I was 6.
'Cause I'm Bucksco,
So I
but now
pretty
I got
much,
Montco accent.
I'd say to people, I'm from Philly.
Right.
Technically,
You are.
I have
You are.
faint
I-
memories from there. Yeah. So I grew up in Solderton. Yeah, it was, and I, that the
I was just
the
Souder.
place is really coming back because like right when I was graduating, like a lot of this stuff was like the businesses were going away. And they tried that Broad Street Theater that's attached to the Broad Street Pizza. They had, I swear, 2 or 3 people. It was more than one tried to come in and do that project, and like the funding fell, and we thought it was just gonna stay that way. And they rebuilt that theater. You got that there. You got there's the Brass Collar Brewery right there.
Yeah.
Northbound, which years and years ago when we moved up here, it used to be the Caboose. That was my aunt and uncle owned it when it was the
No kidding.
Caboose.
Okay.
And then they also got this Branch Creek Tap House where they have a lot of different local beers on there. So they've done a lot of work to rebuild that town.
I'll tell you what, it was a really cute town. Like I was super impressed with it. The only thing I've known about Souderton is the high school. Like working in recruitment, like I've been there. It's huge. It's,
Yeah,
it is
the
very,
school.
it's very nice. But going to Broad Street Italian cuisine and pizzeria, I was floored.
Yeah.
with how nice it is in there and everything that they're doing. But I love the cut through to the theater because I think that's such a
It's
cool
awesome.
thing.
Yeah, they were literally like they used to be at the end of that row. Like it might be a Mexican food place now. Where they were in that row that took over there, and like years ago, it was also a place just called the Deli. Like we used to go
What
there.
they serve? What they have?
Steaks.
Funny enough, like we walked there and got like they literally had like penny candies and nickel candies and stuff at that time. Yeah, we used to ride our bikes or
It would
or
actually be
walk
funny
there,
if they
but-
sold nothing deli related.
right. It was.
Yeah, straight up. We saw pastries.
So just
It's
to
a new
see,
concept,
just to,
guys.
I was so happy to see like things finally come back there because my mom still lives there, and I was like, man, this place where I grew up, it was like it was really sad to see that stuff wasn't around, and now it's thriving.
I
and
would
I'm
even
happy
argue
to see
part
it.
of that, like I've thought about this for some reason, when I can't sleep, I think of weird stuff. But I think part of the reason why the mom and pop shops and things are getting more attention is because the fast food and other options have gotten almost equivalent in price to where now the consideration is like, all right, well, that used to be, $10 over here, but now, you go to Wawa, a family of 3 or 4, it's like $40-50.
It's expensive.
And you're
It
like,
is
why would I
expensive.
spend that there when I can go spend $40-50? So I think the paradigm shift is happening because the convenient things are astronomically more expensive, and they're not. Quality's not there.
I think that value proposition too.
Yeah.
Of like, again, we talked about this earlier, but you know, it's harder to spend your money as freely as maybe you wanted to.
100%.
And if I am going to spend it, I want to spend it on quality. I also want to spend it to people that are going to be within my community or investing back into my community.
100%.
Because that's important. Like, and again, we you guys are here, but it's the truth of like when you invest back in the community of doing a movie night or getting the place going because of delicious hot chocolate. Like that's
big.
That's what you want to see because it means that you care and you're invested versus like, oh, if we don't do well, see you, we're out.
Well, even the coffee gap. I know you were big in coffee when you started, but the coffee gap is so much tighter now too. Even like a cup of Wawa coffee, like $2-3 more, you could go to. And it's a very tough back and forth. I'm like, maybe a couple extra bucks. Now I'll just do that because the gap's not there anymore.
Yeah,
It's
drip
not like
coffee, I think at 24 ounces. And don't get me wrong, I love Wawa coffee. I think it's like $2.30, $2.70, and I can go get that same drip coffee at, you know, Steel Penny. Which I know Heather and Dean. I know who's roasting that. I know who's making that. Now,
they're
granted,
almost like pricing themselves out of the competition. Like it's a good thing for us as consumers, but like it's a weird juxtaposition to think. Like I think that's the one thing that tapered off of COVID. Like a lot of things failed during COVID, and a lot of weird things manifested and changed. And like I think this is tail of that too. Like that was, I mean, everything's more expensive too. So I mean, that's all part of it.
We talked about this with Chef Nick. I mean, we kept using the word too. Like we feel like there's a small business renaissance.
Yeah, that's the way to describe it. That's how you brought us.
That's a great term for it. But I think people value that, and I think, you know, I'm biased because I do it, but through social media, you truly are able to connect the pieces of the places and the people that you're going to support versus just, you know, and menus have their place or had their place, to argue with yourself, of, oh, I'm not just seeing pictures of the food, I'm seeing the people who are making the food, and I feel more connected to that. Again, that's my take on it, but I think that's so important for the community.
Generationally too, like, you know, look at, you know, our generation, we're getting older and like we're using those things to make decisions. And I think that's part of it too. But yeah, it definitely is. Like I like knowing, like almost like you know them before you even get there. Like you feel like there's a piece, there's something more than just a transaction there.
Somebody at Steel Penny, when I was walking in, they went, "Hey, Doug." And I was like,
oh, what?
"Hey, how are you?" And I overheard them say, "Oh, I think I follow him on social media." And we were saying this earlier, like how the Chase U name and everything came about. Like Chase isn't my name, it's Doug. But it's the first line in my Instagram bio, and it's getting to a point where it's like, oh, I think people are really starting to figure me out here. Like they know my name.
They're reading past that.
They're reading past just the, you know, the picture. But it makes people feel like, oh, I know you. And I think from my perspective of social media, from having that, you know, the follower count or the support that I get, I feel like I've been able to know them as well. So when somebody says, oh, I'm XYZ, I'm like, oh, your profile picture is this. And this is your username, and they're like, "Oh, you remember?" And granted, I don't remember everybody, but it's still nice to be able to see the association and that connection.
But I would
feel like
say
you have a relationship.
You're
with them.
personalizing it.
The
I
one
love
thing that stood out for me with you was you comment back on comments, and
you do. You're so good
almost
with that.
very promptly, or like everybody, and that's big. Like you'll see a lot of these, you know, larger scale, like they'll have 200,000-300,000 followers and nothing. There's hundreds of comments, nothing. But you look at yours, and it's like, whether it's 30 comments or 150 comments, you can see your replies on each one. Like to me, that's big. Like that stands out. Like you're taking that. It's a big deal. Like that really is.
And I think you do a really good job at handling how you respond. Can we just talk about that? Like
I appreciate
you'll
that.
get like a petty little comment and you respond so good.
Dude,
I mean, you know, with growth, you're gonna get like some negative comments and great comments and all of that. And so like some of these haters, I think about you and I think about Steel Penny a lot because Heather handles her responses.
She does them so good too.
I was talking to her about that. I'm like, she handles it so good, and so do you. You make it like you really turn it into a positive way. You really do.
I try my best. Like, there's one guy who, I call him Big Terry. And
oh crap, Big Terry's in the comments again.
Big T. And like he'll comment and I'm just like, Big T, my #1 fan. But he'll be like, oh, big surprise, he found out that it was delicious. I'm like, Big T, what's up, dude? And like I don't know these people. These people truly don't know me at all.
Yeah.
So what do I care?
I mean,
like,
that interaction could mean the world to him too, though.
I was just going to make the point.
Yeah.
I was going to say, he thinks, oh, I can't stand him. But every time you do that, when he's like, and you're like, dude, you're the man, eventually he's going to be like, oh, shit, I love that guy.
The one day you don't, he's going to be so offended. The
He's
one day
so
you
cool.
don't.
Well, there was another kid. This kid. So I went to Father Judge. There's a guy who is a Father Judge alumni who will comment on my stuff, and he'll just be like, cringe, crumb. This dude's like 40-something years old. Like, I'm 36, but like he's like 40. He's older than me. And his brother graduated a year or two after me. And I don't really know his brother all that well, but his brother messaged me, and he asked something about, like, a question I get the most of, like, where's the best cheesesteak or something like that. So I
you know where they're? No.
Yeah, I dabbled. But he had asked me, so I answered him, and I just responded. I said, also, tell your brother I said what's up. I don't know why he hates me, but he clearly does. And he just started laughing because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, we're all cut from the same cloth. You hate me for no reason, and that's perfectly fine. You're entitled to that wrong opinion. But I don't know you. I don't hate to say this, but I want to hit him with some hard truth. Like,
It's tough.
I don't value your opinion at all. So, like, if you have something negative to say about me and I didn't ask your opinion or advice, it means dog shit to me. And I don't want to fumble that. Like, it means dog shit.
I would argue they're almost putting it out there in hopes that somebody else latches onto it from your profile.
Yeah.
Almost like they're
Yeah.
fishing, like, oh, that was the guy that said this to Doug, and now I'm going to follow him.
Then they're going to get like 100 likes or something like that.
Yeah,
you get
like,
that
oh,
little
we got
flash
him.
in
And
the
it's
pan.
like, dude,
Have you
can-
always been like that, though? Even in the beginning? Was it hard for you at first?
I think it, like, there's so much that happens in life when, like, you kind of mature. So by the time that I started posting and everything, like, here's my I say this a lot. Like, my wife, Kara, was a volleyball player at Holy Family, and I fell in love with her because I started falling in love with her because I was like, wow, she's got a great ass. And I will never be able to get that girl. And then I started talking to her, and for whatever reason, she felt the same about me.
She thought you had a nice
great
ass,
ass.
right?
She's like, she got a great ass. I was an awkward-looking kid with a chin strap in college. Like, we all had our phase of chin
personality
straps.
So
can
is
carry you,
George.
dude.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, George,
dude.
chin strap
we
gang.
did it. But, like, the moment she, like, liked me, I was like, oh, nobody can tell me shit. So then I grew a beard, and then it was
Forget it.
we were done.
You're like
But it
Samson,
was
dude.
just like I had her validation. I was like, all right, this is great. Like, she's the reason that Chase U truly blew up, and I remember it so vividly. We were outside of Angelo's, and we went the day before to go do a review. And I'm gonna take the scenic route to get here, but we were at Angelo's on the review that popped off. The day prior to that, we went down. We wanted to do a quick review. We were losing sunlight. I was panicking. You played the game of how many calls is it going to take to get through. It took me 63. I kid you not.
Jesus.
So I got a pizza. I got a cheesesteak, and like everything about the review went wrong. We lost daylight. We parked in the Rite Aid parking lot, and this is where I was like, I can't post this. There was a guy who was picking up cigarette butts off the ground
In the background.
and in the side. So he was in my peripherals, and he ate the one cigarette.
Oh,
and I was like,
man.
okay, we have to go home. So I just couldn't put it up. And we went back down the next day. We gave ourselves enough daylight. I actually planned this one. And we did the cheesesteak review. It was awesome. It's one of my favorite cheesesteaks without a doubt. But I wanted to do like a man on the street style interview. And everybody's out in their Eagles green. Like, it was a playoff. I think it was a playoff weekend. It may not have been, but the Eagles were playing.
Vibes were high.
Vibes were high. Kelly Green was swimming. And I was like, I don't know what to do, babe. And she's like, what? I was like, I don't know if I can interview these people. And she looks at me. She's like, I'm sorry, who are you? Like, almost
who's this guy?
Almost verbatim. Like, I'm sorry, who are you? You never feel this way. She's like, you're in your Eagles gear. They're in their Eagles gear. She's like, just go up.
Dude, they're going to talk to you.
Yeah, yeah.
And she basically says, if they don't talk to you, just go on to the next person. And I didn't know that I needed the hype woman right there. And like, she's never really been like that aggressive with me because she's never really needed to be, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
But that video is really what made me get out of the car of doing like cheesesteak car reviews and being like, no, I speak for a living for my full-time job. Go speak to the audience that is your camera, and there may be people around that you can also speak and interact with. And here we are. So I think because of her and that moment, like, these people in the comments, again, it's just,
They don't matter. They're
It doesn't
irrelevant.
matter. It
I
doesn't
don't
carry
know
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I don't value your opinion if it's negative of me. And if it's valid, sure. Like, there's been times where I was like, oh, that fair.
You got me.
Yeah. But it's just, most of it is just people want to chirp just to chirp. Like you said, Tara, of like, oh, we're going to get them and everybody's going to pile on.
That's literally what people, they want
Sure,
that
yeah.
flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Do
publicity.
whatever you want.
And that's how you want to get there, but then that's what you have to carry. You have to carry that kind of garbage and be that guy as you become like that's a horrible thing.
It's also not a democracy. I have the control to block
yeah,
you.
you could.
Yes.
Like this is my page.
Yes.
You have no say here.
So you
unless
walk
I
to your
allow you
doorstep,
to.
rang the bell, you open it, he's like, "Oh, you suck." And then, what? Why are you at my house?
It's like people get real and they think it's like, no, you're supposed to give me equal time and it's my right. It's really not.
Bye.
Yeah, it's not. And like again, if it's something that's so egregious and abrasive, like, all right, like, and I don't block a lot of people. I like the banter. I like going back and forth. Like it's not just everything is all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
But again, if it's something that's just
It's
a
horrendous things. off the cuff, dude.
absolutely ridiculous thing to say, but I also love the
You could kinda
clap
spin
back.
off-
Like,
yeah,
the
you could
clap
spin
backs
off
are
of it.
great.
Because they
They
don't
really
expect
are.
that. Like some of them you throw out, they're probably like, now
He's not gonna
what do I
notice
do?
this
I
or
thought he was
that.
just gonna, but now I have to
Yeah.
defend myself here.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
You gotta give Zach a crash course. We gotta help that boy out. Zach needs
Zach does food.
Zach does food. We
Oh,
gotta
he's a
protect
nice
him.
kid. I want to do somebody.
He's such a great
Yeah,
guy.
he really seems
He's
it.
like
I'm gonna go do
so
I'm
good.
gonna do one of his wing things, but me and George were talking about it. There's people going on his wing series videos and critiquing the way he eats. I'm like, Jesus
You're
Christ.
not built for this. I saw him share it, and I was like,
said that? You're not built?
you're not built for food reviews. And it's like, I'm sorry, do you eat? You can do food reviews.
Oh my god.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, because we were talking and he hit me up and I felt bad. Like he's like, no, should I reevaluate? I'm like, don't reevaluate.
Wait, because of their comments?
Yeah, because dude, I don't know. Somebody
That's
the
so sad.
gall to go do that to somebody. Like, why are you eating it? Like, what the fuck are you doing? What
That's
the-
my point. Like,
That sucks.
okay, hey, I've said this to a lot of people. You hit record, I'll be your first
Exactly.
fan. I'll be
Yeah.
your first
I was just
fan.
going to say
right?
that.
Yep.
Okay, let's start the
People
camera.
do.
We'll do a
Let's all
collab.
watch you chew.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's got so much.
Look at the way this guy chews. What an idiot.
Your jaw, it looks like shit, man. Come
You
on.
bit that with your front teeth first? What a loser.
I'm like,
Chewing
dude,
on your left side. All right.
this guy's just trying to hang out with the boys,
I
review some
know.
wings. He's the nicest dude ever. Yeah, we told him
He
we were going to
seems so
kidnap
nice.
him, but it was a joke. Well, partially a joke.
No,
should
now we're going to
totally
kidnap
have
him and
him.
bring him here.
We're
man.
gonna bring his
We'll
ass
have him
here.
back before dinner. We'll have him back before dinner.
We're gonna get in the van.
Yeah.
But no, like I'm gonna go. I think we're going to Pals or something. Like he's got a bunch. Like he's out there doing his thing.
We're going to get a bunch of wings. We're going to have him sit here, eat in the camera and tag that guy.
Yeah, dude.
Just have. Yeah.
You should.
Oh,
wanna
I'll do
find
it.
him,
Just
dude.
like,
Yeah.
And then you know what? We'll all sit here just quietly for like 5 minutes, tag like, while eating.
Do
I'm
like
gonna
an
stare dead in
ASMR
the camera.
video of
There
the
you go.
wing.
I will
Real
eat it the
Yeah.
most
For you,
complicated,
guy.
obnoxious
Yeah,
way
this
to
one's
eat
for you,
wings.
bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I'm just gonna do the weirdest way to eat wings, even beyond that. I'll just let critique.
I'll
me,
be
please.
super
come at
dramatic.
me.
You know
I
what?
feel
I'll have the
so
sauce.
bad.
I won't wipe the sauce off at all. I'll just let it start dripping down.
But it's like one of those things. Like they weren't obviously they were only making comments on that one thing. And I felt bad because like if you followed his story and you actually followed the kid, like he was a rough day at work and there's shit going on, and he
Yeah.
was just trying to get some like should I keep doing this? And then some asshole goes and tells him he's eating weird. Like
Yeah.
who
Well,
are you?
You're gonna get it though, like that's what sucks. But when you're on the public platform, you're gonna get those
Yeah.
comments.
And I hope he knows that we want to see him keep
I
doing
know,
stuff
I
he
do.
doing
Yeah,
Yeah,
wants to
100%.
do.
I want to
Clearly.
There
collab
are
with him. I
people-
reached
yeah.
out to him. I
Yeah.
want to do a collab with him.
Yeah.
He's always out to do
But like
stuff.
Lancers,
Yeah.
people love Lancers, and there was a guy who commented.
Oh,
and
I
was
think
like,
yeah.
dude, you got to get a word of advice. You got to get another. I'm sorry. The first one was you got to get another line. Not everything is the best of brother. So I commented back. I said, I'm sorry. Which line were you referring to? Because I don't think that I dropped the best of it all. No. And I watched the video back to make sure I didn't. I didn't. And then I put the ellipsis. For those wondering what that is, that's the ... And then I think I said it right. And then
It's not the umlaut.
No, we learned about umlauts.
We learned about umlauts.
but I was like, brother, and then he goes, word of advice. Word of advice.
It didn't
There's
read
your
that
sign.
way.
Don't patronize your followers because we can just click X and cancel you, brother. And I said, do me a favor. If you have any thought of that, don't hesitate. Better
man.
yet, I'll do it for you. Like, look, man, there's a lot
Oh,
of support
no.
that I get from people, and you sitting there saying, not every place is the best. As 99% of the comments are going, man, Lancers was awesome. I used to love that place when the planes were taking off. My parents would take me there.
It's the nostalgia
And you're
piece.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it's not the best. It's like, I never said it was the best. I said, I even mentioned my favorite restaurant diner in there, which is Daddy Pop's.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Look, if we're all being real, Hulk Hogan has really gone off the rails since he retired. He really needs to stop commenting on your
You know
stuff.
he died, right?
Yeah, I know. He's coming from the grave.
I thought for a minute you really thought he was
No.
still alive.
I was trying to make the
For
brother
a second,
joke.
I was thinking about
It's
did he
like, it's like, oh my God, he doesn't know.
Let me
It's a
tell you
Hulk Hogan
something.
fan page.
Yeah, right.
speak up for the podcast?
Dude, we always throw things. I called a zebra Zorus a horse. I
Oh
fuck up
my
things all the time.
Well, I was
But
gonna,
no, yes,
I
I
was
do
gonna
know Hulk
mention,
Hogan has
I
passed
was going to
away.
mention about we didn't have a whole lot of negative, but the dude, when we had the sentimental story about
Oh, yeah.
my, dad passing away, and then Oh, those guys talking over each other. It's like, of all the videos where we were talking over each other, you choose the moment where I'm having a sentimental moment about my dad.
Joe finally got comfortable enough to talk about that, and then the first dickhead comment was like, "Oh, good job talking over each other." Like, fuck is what? This is a whatever. Yeah.
And then we had fun roasting him in the most egregious way that I know my father would have loved and joined in on. So it was a full circle moment.
But Zach, keep that shit up.
Yeah.
We're gonna all collab
Don't
with you.
listen to that douche.
Yeah, no,
No,
we're gonna eat some
what a great
wings.
guy.
We're gonna eat them the same way you do, and let that idiot come say something. We got an LLC to back us. We're fine.
Food?
How do you eat like that? Because I'm eating. Jesus Christ. But
You breathe funny. What the hell?
I think this is a good natural stopping point because we got a little bit more business to do. I appreciate you coming
Yes,
over, Tara.
thank
So
you.
much. Thank
George,
you.
getting on the mic. Look at this. History was made. We got
Real family
Silvios. We got
podcast going on.
all. Yeah, there were dogs. There were kids. There were
Chaos.
cookie dough. We've had everything, and it's only 8:00. But thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Good to see you
Great
guys.
seeing you guys.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll be seeing you again.
I was gonna say, I'll see you soon. Yeah.
All right, that was perfect. You've met some big players and celebrities and stuff, and other influencers. You partner with a lot of big people too. But I think the one thing that I love personally, and the one reason I wanted to bring you on the show too, is like your roots are always there. Like your Hatboro, Horsham area stuff, you still always go back to those places. You always support those places. And is that, just because you've grown up there, you just,
Yeah, so I grew up in Northeast Philly, but like I grew up on top of a pizza shop. My dad owned a pizza shop, so I feel like those pizza shop, small mom and pop roots are just, it's in my blood. I grew up with it. I saw the challenges, the successes, the hardships that come along with it. So being able to go back and to the community that I now live in, that I now support, I find it important to be able to I have a platform, and I hate saying that because like it does sound arrogant. But it is the reality of like
that's a really good way of wording it though. Like you have a platform and you're leveraging that, people leverage you and you leverage others and help each other. You pull each other up. Like you got to do that, or everybody just falls behind. So
that's a great, and I appreciate you saying that. But it is still so tough because sometimes I still look at myself as like this weird bearded guy who's like, I shouldn't be in this position.
Oh, you're in good company.
But the fact that you have those thoughts and you also think about, well, how am I also able to help other people shows it's deserved. Then
Thank you.
Yeah,
I hope. I think I've had a lot of support. I've had a lot of, I don't even say like a lot of help. It's just really been my wife and I going out there being like, who can we go out and showcase? Who can we show a little bit of love to? But it's so important to me, to the community. Like we fell in love with the Hatboro, Horsham, Warminster,
there's
area.
so much here.
There's so much that goes on. It's a beautiful community. And you see it, and you guys see it, and sometimes in the neighborhood groups, you just see that there is this overwhelming amount of nastiness and negativity. And it's like, well, if you just continue to harp on this, that's all you're ever going to see. But then you have the apartments that are coming in, and people are going to be, the luxury apartments ruin the small town feel. I hate to break it to you, but the small town feel is vacant properties.
Vacant, empty
That's
lots.
what it's becoming. And if you don't fill those vacant lots in, then it's going to be really bad. And then you get the places ultimately where it's like, oh, Joe's Pizza Shop was the best. I wish it was still around.
No, it's gone.
Like,
Yeah.
well, it still could have been if you went and supported it. So thankfully, through the power of an iPhone and some, in the beginning, it was just the iPhone and a decent mic. And it's like, let me go showcase the places that I order from, that I DoorDash from, that I toast from, that I walk into, showcase the people who I've had conversations with, because, I don't know if it's just me being dumb or naive, but like I love hearing people's stories. Like
I do.
No,
That's
it's
why we
fun.
do this.
Like, exactly. We had the same exact feeling. Like and we've even talked about a little bit. Like we're way, way, way at the start of this, but yeah, we've even had a couple of those things where people have been like, "Oh, you're the guys with the beer,
like
the guys with the beer, right? Or the podcast," and we're like,
those Altered
"Yeah,
Judgement
that's
guys.
us."
I was like, yeah, dude, that to
It's-
one person said that means the world. I know it's on a small scale, but like just that, and then like,
and it never gets old.
no, it doesn't.
It's an amazing feeling to have that. Be like, oh, you're the cheesesteak guy. Like Visit Philly called me the cheesesteak bowl one time, and I was like, damn, that's pretty good. I was like, thank you guys. But like, it's so important to me to be able to do that, and to be able to do that around the other towns that are in our surrounding community, because like that's to me what makes everything thrive. The community's doing well, the area's doing well, but that community doing well, the linchpin to that is the small mom and pop businesses, because that's what makes everything go
Community has
around.
to be a
Just
community.
economically. Like that's
right, exactly.
Ironically, the community pages try and destroy the community. The community just needs to bond together in person, man.
There's
dude.
such a cesspool of negativity that goes in there, because I think people just thrive on that. And I get that all the time with people like, you only leave positive reviews. It's like, you only see positive reviews. There's been not good ones, they'll never see the light of day. That's a conversation with me and the business owner of like, here's what I think you could have done better. And that's just, taste is subjective. My viewpoints are subjective. They may agree, they may disagree, but like, what's the point of me putting down a negative review? Just so I get some sexy views out of it, or somebody goes, oh, he left a negative review. What?
And then, God forbid that catches and that business goes because that. And then maybe they're having a bad, everybody has a bad day.
Yep.
Everybody has a bad day.
You can't go 10 for 10. And like, I think about that so often with my dad of like, when business goes bad, business goes bad.
Yeah.
And like the pizza shop was how we went to school. Like that was how he paid for things. And if I do that to a business to where now little Doug can't go to school,
dude,
I'm a piece of shit.
It's the livelihood. Yeah, it's 100%. you could get those couple of views, and then that video would be forgotten by you a week later. But then there's that impact on the business.
That's the way you got to think about it. Yeah, I got you.
No, it's just
No, you're good.
everybody does their videos the way that they want to do the videos. But that's how I feel. And like, we were talking to Jordan and Tara, and when we walked in there, like, look, that's just a local spot. Like I just walked in, and I still remember when I first walked in, George is like, Chase, you're here. And I was like, yeah. And he literally called Tara. He's like, you got to get here. Chase wants to
I
do
can't
a
be
review.
trusted.
I
need help.
But like, we were working with Hanks. Hanks was sponsoring the review because I've talked to Tony and Jerry over at Hanks to be like, you guys are of the community, and you're in a position.
I mean, that's a good spot. That dude pairing one of those with those sandwiches,
right? Hoagies and a Hanks,
dude,
just
crushing
makes
a
sense.
root beer or Barrett's beer sitting out there eating that.
And it's just like, I had shared it with him. I was like, you guys need to be the face. And Tara is so welcoming when you see her, big smile. But also George, like, he does a great job.
He doesn't give himself enough credit, dude.
No, absolutely.
We proved he can do it.
He's so in tune with that business. It's impressive to see
so good.
how he operates. And it's like, that's what people fall in love with. Like, that's the big thing. And I say, because, we're working with him now with Hatboro Pizza, but like, John has the ability, the owner of that, he walks in.
Be the face, dude.
Everybody's talking to him, but then he also has sweet Mary behind the counter who's like just such a warm hug of a person. And that's what makes these places go around. And I think Hatboro has so many of them. Warminster has so many of them.
There's so much
like,
within
That's
driving distance.
Yeah, and that's your point too. It's like, you can have several places making a decent pizza or making a good sandwich, but then you're going to remember that interaction you had with someone there. It's going to make you come back.
Yeah, I don't even think the choice is the quality of the food anymore. The choice is like, what's the environment I want to be in? Because everybody's
good.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's crushing it. So now it's like, oh, well, I want to go see Mary. I want to go see George. I want to go see Tara.
Yeah, there's not all that much difference when there's how many food distributors that are in the area.
You can only go for
there's only so many different combinations that you can do, and it's the same thing with the cheesesteak. Of like, they're all tasting pretty similar, not bad. Just everybody has not everybody, but a lot of people have a good cheesesteak now. Who made me feel good? Like, who gave me that nice interaction? Because I don't need to drive the hour down to Philly to get them anymore. I will, but like, it's those things that I think make the community. And that's like, we talked about this a little bit. Yeah. But post-COVID, like, this is what people were yearning for, is that connection to the community. Like,
and I think it's coming back tenfold. A lot of people, like, even on the social media, like you're saying, people are getting more involved. You're seeing the faces behind it. It's not just a shot of the food. You're seeing the guy making the food, or you're talking to the guy about, what he did for 20 years to be able to make this sauce. Like, you're understanding the things and pieces that go into it. And I think that just adds another layer to it. And that's what makes me choose something over something else.
I think it's also, it might be sort of a generational thing coming here. There's always been, advertising in some way or form, but, we're all of the relative same age. So, we,
except for you, old man.
Oh yeah, sorry. But, we had, social media, come in for me, it was like right when I was graduating high school, but,
I didn't say it.
It's played a major part of our lives too, and so naturally it kind of just makes sense to how we're going to use it in ways to be an economic driver and to make these. It was kind of a next logical step as our generation comes into place to where where our parents once were, as
it's the new review. Like, I know they still have their review system. You see 4 or 5 stars, you can go by that, but I don't know. Like, I factor that in, but I also factor in that other layer, that social media piece. So like, where you're at,
even when you're looking at the reviews, like what is that review attached to? Is it attached to a picture so I can at least see it? But
exactly.
I think this is one of the most impressive things, and I think this is where social media has truly changed the game, is now you're able to compete with these big conglomerates or monopolies of businesses that have so much capital to put towards their marketing budget, where prior it's like, well, we can't compete with the people that are doing these commercials because they're just they're going so heavy. But that phone that's in your pocket allows you to connect to this audience that's everywhere, that's global. And truly, if you can figure out how to use it properly to your advantage, you can hyper localize where you want people to see or how you want people to see your stuff, and get that person that's around the corner who's then going to spread. Like it's a
wild,
a different
honestly.
way of word of mouth. It's now just word of phone.
Yeah, because I mean, before any social media existed, it was either a very expensive TV ad or a menu drop. And a menu drop, like you said earlier, it's a bunch of pictures,
Thousands of dollars of this picture, and here's a coupon. And if I've done it, I've seen it, I've delivered them. I was like, we're just gonna throw it out. It's like,
or it ends up in the menu drawer.
Yeah.
So that's your archive.
The infamous menu drawer that everyone has
Like, oh, this
next to the
place
junk
closed.
drawer. Yeah.
yeah.
But
and
yeah.
then those prices change too. You pull it out, it's like, oh well, wait, and then it leaves a bad
This
taste. Like
says
there's just
this,
a rippling,
yeah.
there's a ripple effect.
Exactly.
Even more
of
so
that.
now, menus are changing like that to the point where the paper menu can't even really be a thing. It's the QR code scanner, the constantly changing one. But
And then generations are afraid to scan QR codes, and I get it to an extent, but like I just think that video gives people, or pictures of real things, just give people the opportunity to go, this is our stuff, this is our product, and we're putting it out there for you to see, because what's the first thing we all do when we wake up?
yeah,
Start
guilty.
Start scrolling, you know?
whether you want, it's just like an impulse at this point. Not in a bad way, but I don't know. I think
Maybe bad.
Yeah, it might. It's probably bad.
It's bad.
But I mean, I think we touched on a lot of stuff we want to do. I know one thing that we kind of share in common. You had your own beer. We also got our own beer.
Yeah.
We have one remaining can. It might honestly be the only remaining unopened can right now because
Unless someone else who bought some of these have held
gonna,
on.
someone's going to roast us in the comments. I had one.
I got it. What's it worth to you?
Yeah, exactly. How much would you be willing to spend on this beer?
But we'd love to share this with you and then touch on maybe the last thing we want to touch on.
Oh,
and
guys,
then
I'd be
see what
honored.
happens. Yeah,
I'd
I
be
got some.
honored.
I got some clean glasses, boys.
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
wash these. And guess what? These glasses are also tied to something local. We got a little garage beer. I know it looks weird, but I promise it's clean. It's just hard water.
believe
and
it.
Woodruff.
2SP.
And then we got the Perkasie Ale Trail glass
So
over here.
let's get a crack open on the mic here.
Oh, that's the last crack. Might be the last crack for a while. Oh, that was a crispy,
Good
dude.
crack.
Joe's been practicing,
I love a good crack.
dude.
You know, some people say crack is whack, but I don't feel that way.
But yeah, we partnered with Galen on this. We did a beer review with him and a few of their beers, and he just liked the name, and he wanted to brew a more like a simple, IPA, sessionable, because that's kind of the trend with beer for anybody who's involved in beer in that capacity. But we worked with him. We went there, like I saw what you did with your lot lager. You went there and helped. Like we were doing the same thing. We were dumping the hops, and we were there the whole time. We were there for brew day. It was, it was a blast. Like
It's a cool experience.
It's fun,
It's a cool experience.
and that smell, dude. The smell in the brew day is just wonderful.
Oh,
but,
it really
dude,
is. Cheers.
All right, yeah, this is the last one. Let's get in there, boys.
I'm honored, guys. Thank you so much.
But yeah, he wasn't doing anything like this, and it's got some crazy up front, like the flavor out the gate.
I'm not bullshit. I genuinely hate IPAs.
Oh, dude, same.
This is good. I would drink this again. There's like fruity notes to it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a beer aficionado. It's like, oh, I could taste the notes at the top.
Dude, it comes out the gate with
but
some
you
wild.
smell it immediately.
Absolutely. And yeah, he even said it's like, this name fits perfect. And to that point, yeah, because the way the craft beer market is going, there was the big IPA boom, and let's mess them up with the
15%.
ABV. Let's
Yeah.
jack it up there. And it's like, no, we're doing nice sessionable pale ale. This comes in at 5.8 ABV. Nothing too aggressive.
Everything Galen said when he mapped out this beer, the dude is very precise and he nails it. He's very much a purist. So that's the big thing with Van Loo's. Like, if you're down that Walnut Street in Perkasie, there's 3 breweries. You got Free Will, does a bunch of everything. Mystic does some wild stuff.
They try the
Mystic
creative
has.
stuff,
if you've
like,
never been,
flavor-wise.
I know you're not. Go
Oh,
to
yeah, I don't
Mystic.
make my way out to Perkasie too much, but I know
Dude.
Godfather Meat. He's always. It looks awesome. Looks
Dude,
great.
Mystic Brewing, they redid the inside, so it's almost like Alice in Wonderland. At night, they turn black lights on, and all this stuff they made, like there's like mushrooms coming off the wall, like it's all lights up in black light. It's crazy,
Do
and
I
they do.
need to have mushrooms before I go
You
in?
might-
Or-
that might
or-
really
Might
mess with
enhance
you.
the experience.
I was
but-
gonna say, or do the black lights just handle
The
that
black
for
lights do it. You feel like you're in an Alice in Wonderland at night, and the beers are
crazy.
wild. So
Yeah.
then you got them, and then you got Van Loo's is very like he stays very clean, pure. Like that's what he did here.
he
And then Free
very
Will.
much honors the beer style.
Yeah.
is what he said. He's like, if I'm gonna make a Hefeweizen, I'm gonna make a Hefeweizen. If I'm gonna make a Pilsner, I'm gonna make a he sticks to the classic characteristics of the beer style he's making.
and he just makes sure he nails it. And he's very nitpicky. Like he's very critical of himself, even though he nails it. But this came out great. It sold out way faster than we thought, and Now he's got to make another batch, but he didn't think he'd have to make another batch.
Dude,
that
honestly,
quick.
like I guess the biggest piece of praise I can give him is I would order another. Like, I like this.
Yeah.
I would sit at the bar, especially this nice frosted mug.
I know, right?
Very citrusy, heavy.
Yes,
I like
definitely for
that.
sure.
Yeah. But now that we got there, I mean, we talked about the past, kind of talked about the present. What does the future look like for Doug and Chase U? I know you got, families expanding,
Yeah.
they're going to start coming in. Maybe they're going to get involved in the content or that stuff you got to consider. Like, where do you want to take this and where is it headed now?
Yeah, do whatever door the Lord opens. I'm going to walk through it. So that's, I don't know. I take every day as a blessing. Every day my feet hit the ground. It's a good day, so I feel blessed in that capacity. But yeah, when it comes to a growing family, it gives you a little bit more vim and vigor to be like, oh, let's get out there. Let's do some things. So keeping up with the reviews is definitely like my highest priority.
Start new toddler toys when it comes to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Melissa and Doug. How about just Doug? So
That's so good.
I do. I would love to just do more social media, whether that's reviews, whether that's social media management, just kind of helping the community doing both. I think that's a direction that we're probably going to be heading into, because I say this all the time to the businesses. I may have said it already on the podcast, but like when I walk out of those doors, that business still needs to operate.
Yeah.
And that
Right.
marketing
Yeah.
still needs to be done. And it can't always be my face, because then it's too much. It's overkill. It's just like, all right, clearly this, we're
just every business we go, oh, hey, there's Doug again.
Dude, exactly. And I want to get behind the camera more to be able to tell that story. One of my favorite things is and it's something that I am so grateful for, is to be able to help tell somebody else's story. The fact that somebody trusts me enough to be able to share their story of their family, of their business is one of the most amazing things, that somebody wants me to try to highlight that for them. And I think that's one of the biggest differentiators when it comes to businesses on social media, is telling the people your story, because again, that's what ties you into the community. It's not just some private equity investor that's coming in and going, we're going to take over this building. We're going to make a restaurant. If it fails, we'll fix it up. We'll sell it out to the next person, wash, rinse, and repeat. And some places are truly invested into the company, and it's not just giving you the smoke and mirrors, but like somebody like George and Tara, somebody like John, somebody like, Anna over at Daddy Pops and Gus.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of balls to open that up, especially post-COVID with high overhead, tough work to find,
And it's
consistent.
only getting tougher and
employees.
tougher as we
Yeah,
go. So
exactly.
Exactly. So to be able to tell those stories a little bit more, like I'm so honored that people trust me. So I would love to do that a little bit more, and then kind of see where it goes. At some point, I was like, oh man, if I could be the next Bob Kelly or Jen
There you
Fred
go.
or Jason Martinez, like shout out to my Fox family.
There you go.
But like, I would love to do that. And Jason point blank told me, he's like, dude, that would be
I think
awesome.
you're well on your way, man.
Yeah.
But he's like,
For sure.
I want to be where you're at. I was like,
Oh, just be out. You
what?
want to
I was
trade?
Like,
Just do one of them
I was
swap
like, yeah, let's
movies?
do a little swap. But,
Straight
like,
up trade.
that dude crushes it, and I know what he was trying to say. What he was trying
Nah,
to
I
say
got
is
you.
like, I have the freedom of not having to answer to Daddy Fox. I answer to my wife. Like that's.
I mean, sometimes that
what's
might
our
be
time?
just as tough, but
Sure,
for
yeah,
the most
sure.
part,
But like we do this together, and having the ability to do that. We don't want social media babies, so like we don't put them
No,
on there.
I got you.
Understandable.
Just
yeah.
because
yeah.
and not now, because things get weird.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, yeah,
it is. Yeah. So we, for now, it's just going to be me, sometimes her on there, but it's also, Dad skits have given me a whole new world to.
I was
to
saying, you're gonna
kind of
tap into
open
that
up
content is
to.
gonna get a lot more real.
Yeah, dude, the Purple Monkey song.
Dude, you got that now?
That's
That
Purple
one's a
Monkey.
banger.
Yeah, it really is,
Dude,
That was a pretty good watch video of like Delco Dad singing Purple Monkey. So like,
I want to know the history of that. I feel like that's something we should dive into. There's got to be somebody who is really good at music and getting those earworms and those hooks made that. That's
Yeah.
not just by accident. That thing is a banger.
There's no way that's AI.
No.
But it's just, dude. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think one of my favorite things about just doing all this is just the connections that we've been able to make, and then also to be able to pay it forward to friends and family. Like when we get invited to places, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a Phillies game or something, be like, yo, do you want to join in? And it's like I still look at myself as the kid on Tarsdale Ave in Northeast Philly, watching Comcast Sportsnet every morning. I think it was like
dude.
singular wireless Comcast
Something like
Sportsnet.
that.
Yep.
And be like, man, that would be such a cool job. And then not going to school for anything like that, and then somehow still landing in a position where like
it's an option.
I'm on the desk with Jamie Apodi, with Devin
Like, how
Caney,
cool.
with that is never not surreal to me to be able to share the same space and not go like, oh, thanks for inviting me in, but for them literally to look at me and say, you deserve a seat at the table. You earned it.
Yeah.
Dude, even
You're
being
a colleague. Yeah.
Yeah.
when you walked in MMR studio and then everybody that's been in there, that is wild. Like just being in that room had to be
Dude, same
That's crazy.
I got chills under the shirt. But to talk into Pierre Robert's mic,
dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
like,
to be in his area.
Oh, dude, I
and
got chills from you saying that,
it's-
dude.
When I walked in and like Marissa had reached out, and this was only the second time that I was in the studio, but the other time was like for the soup or bowl that they do
Dude, clever.
for the Preston and
Yeah.
Steve show, and it was that was really cool. And they treat you like you belong there the entire time.
They
And
give
it's-
out that vibe. They give out the vibe like your
It's
family.
such a-
Like,
We had a whole episode basically dedicated to like the roots of this
You're connected to them.
project.
They're Philly,
and
dude.
yeah, we gave them a lot of love. They really shaped a lot of what we're doing here. I forget if I talked about earlier, with you, but yeah, my sister was an intern on the show back like around 2012. By the time this episode comes out, she will have been on. She talked
yeah.
about it a little bit too.
No,
So no,
It's-
it's
It's wild. The
They-
connections.
they had said, like Ryan had said this, he goes, and Marissa had said this too. And Marissa is such a sweetheart, and Ryan was as cool as could be. But Pierre set that standard for like WMMR is one big family, and he would call the MMRBQ the family reunion.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to be in that element, and for Ryan to sit there, because I had told him, he's like, do you want a picture with the mic? I said, I don't deserve a
No.
picture with that mic. And he goes, no,
Do it.
I promise you. He's like, Pierre would love
Yeah.
you. And I was like, damn,
Dude,
like,
that's like the
that-
ultimate
getting
compliment.
misty eyed now.
that was
thinking about it.
I could see that well.
I'd be like, okay,
Like,
fine,
yeah.
whatever you say.
That's how I felt.
Take a picture first.
And we took the picture, and I, granted, it wasn't live or anything, but to be able to still cut that promo in his space for somebody that's so legendary.
Yeah.
And when they did his little memorial video, I think it was like 3 minutes long. I forget. I think Sarah from WMMR had done it, but he says radio is able to reach people where TV can't. And
He's
I was
right,
like, that's
dude.
such a
That's so good.
simple line, but it's so impactful to
No,
go.
it's true.
This, you can take it into the workplace. You can take it into the bathroom. Like, you can take it where
Anywhere.
your TV can't go. And those words, those people like Preston and Steve, like Ryan now, like Marissa, like Pierre did, impact you so much, and you
Yes.
feel that connection through the radio waves. It's much like what you guys are doing now. We're able to do through social, is make those connections, and it's one of it. I will never take that for granted. And when Ryan had said like he would love you,
That's
you need
huge.
to do this, I was like, damn,
Yeah, bro.
thanks, dude. But it was there's a lot of weight in that, and I just
For sure,
I hope
yeah.
that I do all that's everybody who
I mean, from my perspective, you are, and I'm sure plenty other people would say the same
thank
thing.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope.
But
I hope.
I mean, we appreciate you gracing our studio. with your
Absolutely.
presence.
Yeah, guys.
We're so happy to have you here.
This was a blast. I think we've come full circle. This was so much fun. I'm sure we'll cross paths again. But
I
thank
hope
you
so.
again for coming to our little humble abode attic studio.
Yeah, no, you guys are crushing it. This was such a fun podcast to be on. I know we took so many twists and turns,
Yeah.
but it was good. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
so much
magic that
fun.
you just naturally capture. And I'm like just watching you guys roll with it. All of us roll with it. Tara and George roll with it. Like Frank rolled with it.
Frank was in there, man.
Frank was the most active. I swear I've seen that.
Dude,
dog.
yeah, I need
It
those.
was,
Dudes. Frank's getting old, man. I need those clips, man.
It
That's the other
was-
thing. You're archiving stuff here. These are things you can go back and watch. It's just like
I think about that often
Dude.
because now it's not just for me. It's,
No,
it's for my son and it's for my daughter. Like that's so cool. And now when I get to watch my son when we get on TV and he goes, Dada,
that was you.
Like
That's awesome.
It's so cool to see that. And like I said, I just, being able to share that stuff with family and friends to watch their face light up and go, dude, how was it on Fox? How was it on WMMR? Like, how did you do this? Or like, you're such a natural. I'm blessed because of the people that are around me and the support that I've had. And I hope that it makes them proud, because whether it does or whether it doesn't, I love it. But to see them
That's the
go
big
like
piece.
that's cool. I'm like, I am only who I am because of you. So it's fun to be around. This was awesome to be on. And,
We
I
appreciate
think
it.
it's fair to say this ain't going to be the last time that
No.
we're on
We'll
the nights
cross
together.
paths again.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
This will happen again.
But thank you so much, and we're gonna sign out, and we'll see where this all goes. We appreciate it.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was fun. Drop it in and just let her rip, and if it works, it works. I
Let's
think
just go au naturel.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll take my pants off.
All right. Hey, everybody, we're back, and we just had Doug of the Chase U page fame here, and what a great guy. And
was a great dude. That was a great interview, fun time. Talked about a lot of great things. Also had some pop-ins. We had
George and Tara from Silvios, and some amazing food.
Dude, finally got George on the mic. We trapped him. I was having him stay here as long as I could until Doug showed up. I'm like, he's here now, buddy. The chair and the mic are ready to go.
You're trapped.
I was like, I don't know how you didn't see that, dude. The mic and everything were just set up. The chair was right where it needed to be. I was like,
I have to tell you, you were telling me a lot about that scoopable cookie
dude.
dough, but I was so glad you guys were carrying the conversation because I inhaled that with that ice cream. Oh,
that was
perfect.
a welcome surprise because we knew George was coming, so we could try some of those now 2026 best sandwiches from Silvio's. But the delivery of the scoopable cookie dough, not only like fresh out the oven scoopable cookie dough, like that was still hot, and all the different ice cream flavors, every single thing meshed. I tried a little bit of everything, and that all blended. It was like peanut butter, banana, like everything just
perfect.
Worked.
And no lie, like I know I said it when they were here, but I'll say it again. That with the garlic bread cheesesteak, definitely one of my all-time memorable favorite cheesesteaks. It just works.
That is up there. That's now in my Mount Rushmore cheesesteaks. Like I've liked their cheesesteaks and sandwiches before, but like again, the garlic, it just that little garlic ravine, man, and that bite. But thank you again, Tara and George. Thank you, Doug. I can't wait to, obviously you're going to see this episode, but come on, guys. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited. I'm talking about it in the outro. That's how excited I am. But you know what should actually happen right now? You know what we need to do?
I think we got to remind them.
I think we do.
You got to like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Tell us you love us.
Tell us we suck.
Tell us whatever you want. We'll respond back. We're nice guys. We talk. We love it.
Tell us why the hell didn't you share some of that amazing food with us? That cookie dough alone, man.
I mean, if we're being honest, we did. You just couldn't taste it, but we got some good visuals. This was pure chaos in its finest form.
And here's what I'll tell you. We are sharing it with you. We're telling you where you can go and support a great local business.
Silvios in Hatboro.
Yeah.
That's where you need to go. Great events, great people, great food. I mean, what else do we have to say? Website, guys, check it out. It's good. It's great. I know we said merch might have been out by the time we did last episode, but guess what? Probably not, but it'll be out. It'll be out by the time.
Give
this
us a
one
break.
goes.
I mean, our bosses are being dicks about. Oh, wait a minute, that's
we
us.
are the bosses.
So we're being dicks about it ourselves.
That checks out. That's on brand. But I think
We're
that's a
getting
wrap,
there,
guys.
I promise.
I don't think we have anything else here, and we're gonna catch you next time.
I think we'll see you next time.
Later. And we're out.
Altered Judgement.